and welcome to Dicesylvania. We're a bunch of level geeks from Romania who play D&D in our own authentic, beautiful...
Vampire English.
One more time, beautiful!
Vampire English.
Apart from Anna, who has beautiful English. This is episode 26 of VIM, the Tale of Immortality, with a fantasy homebrew roll world inspired from different region and with dire consequences. If you do not know what happened last time, or the last time, or the time before, please do check the Book of Recollections with podcasts like beautiful narrated recaps by our very own crew. Before today's players, I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm Karla, I'm excited, and now the players, starting with Anna.
I'm Anna, and I'm playing Asari.
You're awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
What's
The posh boy kid.
Rareș?
I'm Rareș, I'm playing Shak. We're in a desert and it's hot as shit.
We are not yet in the desert, and David.
Divine's mine.
With that positive energy, let's go jump into today's episode of VIM, the Tale of Immortality. Standing at the burning edge of the Red Kingdom, there were 3 emissaries of Green Spring. The King, the Green Cloak, and the Magic Advisor. Angry that they were made to wait as the night rolled up, Pax' snares were uneasy and on edge. They pushed him to use aggressive diplomacy against of the guards and ended up facing a 12 feet tall orc whose impertinence drew Pax Evander Green, the king, to unsheath his weapon, clench his fist, and challenge him to a duel, inviting him to a diplomatic cultural exchange in the hope that they will leave early. Pax, what do you do?
With armor fully removed, Charmcaster is squeezed from the long golden feather into a little purple canary feather, squeezed up. He heads to the side of the building, wherever there's a clearing or such, facing the orcish gentleman. Remind me the name, please, of the noble orc I'm about to punch.
He starts speaking in Orcish. Brasus. It translates to you scum filth. I told you once more, it's Brasus.
He is saying he's eager to fight your king.
Thank you, good Brasus, and good Shak. Everyone's so good.
How do you guys prepare as well, Adam and Shak?
Adam would just stand by, observing all of this, and in a sense, he's trying to observe their culture, as in, he believes that Pax actually needs to have this fight, as in to show that he's the king around and do it mano on mano to basically yeah, show that he means business, and he will just stand by and watch this unfold, and basically just keep an eye out on the surroundings if anything else happens.
Shaq will expect that Pax is gonna get beaten up very heavily in this situation, and I will, under my new green cloak, I will prepare a flesh weave. So whenever there's sign of first blood, I want to splatter it in the orc's face and move it like to blind him.
Okay, so you do a ready action.
Yeah.
As the orc crunches his fists and gets ready, he draws like this crouch down position, ready for combat, with his gleaming golden eyes, angry, staring at you. Roll me initiatives, whoever wants to partake in this battle. And for the purpose of this, because you're not trying to kill one another, we're gonna say after 3 rounds, whoever has the lowest HP will cave in.
Cool.
13.
13. 5. It's still better than than Brasus, who has a 3. Pax. Adam, you're not partaking, right? Okay. And with that, Shaq, you do a ready action as you...
So I focus intently and to see when the first blood is drawn, so that I might move it with flash weave and splash it in the orc's eyes.
Okay, you ready for that?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. You ready an attack? Pax, you're first.
He's also unarmored. Yes.
No.
He's 12 feet tall.
But he put his scimitar down, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Kopesh. He's putting also the kopesh down, like 2 oriental swords that don't look familiar to you.
He just narrows his eyes for a second, and wait, we're doing this in armor?
Harakuha.
Oh.
You fool.
Harabuka.
Yes.
It's gonna be a whole thing to put all of my armor back on. It's like this whole thing.
So you...
Are you sure?
6 seconds, 6 seconds, Max.
Are you sure you don't want to switch?
Fine, I'll just go sponge him. Does the multi-attack give me 2 swings?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do
Swing.
your full action.
Cool, so swing 1 goes in for 23.
To hit. Hits.
And punches for 7 damage.
Cool.
Second swing to the... not the abdomen, because that's armored as hell. To the... just a sweep of the legs for 26.
Hits.
For the max damage of 9 damage.
Okay, so it's a total of 16 damage. Trying to put better music.
Should have had my armor on. Should have had my
So he sort of takes them in his face, but he has this, like, as you look at him, it's everything that the Church of Enduring and the Elven Society stands against. He has like this deformed, very uneven shape, including like his whole body. Looks like a splotch of clay, just molded unevenly by a kindergarten, and sort of radiates energy, light, and sort of a flame that you can feel within his eyes. You start punching the dysmorphic face, the clay face, and it hits something very hard and brush against your fist. They don't land as they should, as they sort of squeeze in a little bit and then hit something hard under the surface. He laughs, "Oh!" And then he draws his first unarmed strike and tries to hit you back with a total of 17.
Without my armor, that hits.
And then he will do charging in with this strike, a sort of radiant burst. As soon as it hits your cheek, this light sort of radiates from the energy, and you take a total of. First one is a 9 and a 9 bludgeoning damage and 3 fire, and then the second one. 21 radiant damage. Sorry, you have to make a Constitution saving throw, as this sort of energy, kinetic energy, mixed with waves of light start to spread through your cheek.
Crit for 23.
Cool. So you take half of it, which is 10 radiant damage. So a total of
23.
23. For the first attack. Now comes the second.
But does Pax bleed from all of this?
Do you bleed from the bludgeoning damage? Let's see, roll me a Constitution.
22 again.
No, he just bruises a little bit. Comes the next round. Comes the second attack for a total of 18. Does it hit?
Without my armor, yes.
Okay.
I was about to say, but after finishing the round, because I've heard you saying we're doing this in armor or not, I would just be there saying I could provide some magical armor if needed. I'll just shout it in the back.
He's in it. He's not good.
True, fair.
This time is 10 bludgeoning damage and 4 fire. And the last one, another punch that goes towards your gut in slow motion. It's for a total of 15. Does it hit?
Constitution save, blah blah, or
No. Just the first one was
without
it.
my armor, yes.
So it goes towards your gut and it also hits. This time getting 9 bludgeoning damage and 3 fire. So a total of, I think the initial one was 16 and this one is 12. So in total, all 3 are, if I did the math correctly, 551.
Okay.
As an alarm rings inside your head.
That's the low HP alarm.
It's the low HP alarm, and you're trying to sort of plan in
Yeah, no, I'm bloody. I'm literally bloody. I mean, it's more than.
Yeah.
So he's bloodied?
Second round, he's bloodied, yeah.
Okay.
Now he drews blood. Which triggers your reaction, Shaq?
Yeah, so Shaka, amused, pulls up his hand a bit, and then all the blood just comes spurting out on the orc's face.
Okay.
I don't know if it's
Dealing what?
No, it's not a mechanic. It's just a flavor thing that I'm trying to morph into a mechanic, if possible.
Okay. Let's see. Maybe if you surprise him and he gets a disadvantage, roll me a sleight of hand.
Oh no. 15.
Okay, I'm gonna say that the next attack he gets disadvantage as he gets all this blood squirting in his face, squirting. Top of the round. Shaq.
I prepare an action to, if Pax falls unconscious, to step between him and the orc and have a speech about something.
Is Adam in initiative in case he wants to do stuff?
I said I don't know.
Oh.
The only thing I shouted was about the armor.
He's polishing the armor in the background.
Yeah.
Pax.
With this man literally light fisting me and fire fisting me in the face. We're doing armor and magic. Oh.
As you say this, he spits Harafusha magic, which means fuck your magic, cursed magic.
Fine, I'll hit you completely nocturnal for a hex curse. And With that, punchy time.
So you sort of draw the energies of Obscuro.
Bit of darkness about the fists. Attacking?
Attacking. He's attacking my Orky.
Your Orky receiving the 23 to hit.
Hits.
Level 2 Divine Smite. With a knight coalescing
Let's go.
against his fist.
Let's go.
So the smite comes from Paladin, right?
Yes, from his nocturnal. And peace. Peace nocturnal. Let's make some peace. Let's knock him out into some
The
peace.
divine smite hit of peace.
Yeah.
One second. So
Please.
you have a warlock thingy. Okay, and the warlock thingy comes from. Okay, get it.
For a total of 23.
So you channel this energy for a total of 23. Okay, this gets us a bit higher. So you channel this energy into molding this ugly mug of an orc, like trying to push all the energies of Obscuro, the god of beauty, and trying to rearrange his face with your fist.
Back into
and
some
your,
elegance.
in your like shadows, you try to push all of his being, and this hits more efficiently. You said radiant damage?
The 23 is split into
How much of it is radiant?
about minus 8 of it. 8 of it is magical
So,
bludgeoning.
So as you hit it, the energies, the shadows that you pull from your Obscura and turn into sort of this radiating energy, they're being sucked in and drawn and sort of seem to heal half of it. Not necessarily heal, resist half of it. So he's gonna take half of that. You said 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say all of the punches, these and past ones, were magical damage.
Magical in which sense? From Obscuro?
Magical from Charmcaster in the palm, the canary feather. Those are all
From the
magical
head.
bludgeoning. Yeah.
Okay, magical bludgeoning. And as you do this, you roll me 2d20s.
8 and 13.
So with an 8, in the distance over the border, you see a storm gathering with lightning scorching the land, and a 13,
And a 13.
and that's it.
Okay. Second punch.
Okay.
Hit.
Okay. Crit him.
On both. Okay, so that's gonna be a big old smite.
Oh. Yeah.
I am barely standing in terms of HP. Do you need a split?
Yes, tell me which is radiant.
So, magical bludgeoning is a total of 28.
Okay.
Radiant is a total of 21.
Okay. This one is halved. So it's a total of 45. Plus the initial 35, we get an 80 so far. So far, so good. But you roll me another d20.
18.
So with an 18, you just hear in the distance the storm like getting more intense and intense, and that's it.
Dude still standing after all that?
Oh yes, but he is bloodied. Okay, still standing. So he will try to pull what he has. Please, one of you roll me a d6 to see if he gets the radiant burst back. 20. Dirty 20 for the first one.
It's a 2. He rolled
10 for the second one, and so he doesn't get it back. And then 25 for the second one. So 2 of them hit. Unarmed strike. You get, for the 2 of them, 18 bludgeoning damage, and then...
First one knocks out.
Okay, so the music stopped. So you, as you see the first punch coming towards your face with the force and the radiating energy, and you're out.
Mm-hmm.
This is where Shaq comes in.
Yeah, I just step between them, and in Orcish, I do this small applause. Congratulations! You have defeated the baggage handler. How great do you feel now? Now stand down before you hurt yourself.
He spits, and he stalks in Orcish halar hihar una magic, and he sort of warns you. This is what you understand. You're a bit rusty since you haven't heard it in a long while, but it translates to this. 1 second. Get to sleep before I call the Legion of the Unseen Hands.
What do I know about the Legion of the Unseen?
With your filthy magic, and added at the end with your filthy magic. Roll me a history.
I have advantage on this.
Yes, you have advantage.
It's a 16.
So with a 16, you know that the Legion of the Unseen Hands is it's a legion in the Red Kingdom that was starting to. You know the history of it. So it's a legion that was tended to see whoever has unworthy powers. This is what you remember.
Was it some sort of force that would actually persecute people and...
Not in your time. It was a legion that was like trying to archive whoever has unworthy powers.
Mhm.
I would probably also go towards Pax, and if it would help, try to not stabilize him, but if required, some medicine to make sure he's fine. Like, give him a bit of water, like in the boxing matches, give him a.
So how do you stabilize him?
As I said, like in those boxing matches, like I go to him, I massage him a little bit, I just give him a bit of water to drink.
Medicine.
Just a little bit, shake him, make sure he's okay.
It's gonna be a low check since he didn't aim to kill.
Okay, 18, yeah.
18.
No. Yes. Aha.
And this aggressive diplomacy is not working on these guys. I
This is not working.
Well, he's still standing up, unfortunately.
That's not what it's about.
Yet again, if needed, let me know, and I'll try to send a message to Isari, see if she can get here faster.
Yeah, sure, but Adam, this wasn't the question of moving on. They can go to sleep and we can move on. The question was moving on while keeping the peace with them,
Exactly.
The peace.
Yeah.
The peace.
Sure.
But
What
we
do you
are
say,
not
King?
moving on. That is the problem. Perhaps you have worn too many clothes. Maybe try fighting him in your underwear next time.
I mean, he saw me take off my armor and we said no weapons or armor, but like, regardless, point is, he saw me interfacing with his view of. Oh my god.
Also, gentlemen, the storm is approaching.
What do we know about these storms?
Give me, you know what? Don't roll me anything. Since you've been a child that grew up in the Redlands, before it was named the Red Kingdom, you know the following thing. The storms were, depending on the region, on the time, they were quite aggressive, and it was time to take shelter as lightning was particularly dangerous, more than the wind. It was blowing with probably 200 kilometers per hour and sort of moving things out his way. The lightning was particularly dangerous as it was striking your tribe.
So regardless of this brawl, we should definitely seek shelter as soon as possible.
The delay in time is gonna make things complicated, but sure. If you're sure.
Give me a nature.
17.
So with the 17, as you look towards the storm, you see something very strange. It's aggressive, it's daunting. You see the flashes of the streaks of light, making this contrast against the night that's enveloping this whole mass that is the unknown Red Kingdom. But then it sort of stops. Like this force stops right at the border. It doesn't cross over. For where you're standing, because you're not yet in the Red Kingdom. So what do you do, guys? It's night, it's late.
The cost of upsetting them may have been payable. The cost of braving whatever that is, what is that? Might have been payable, but both is probably too much. We should probably make camp.
Also, since we're still at the border, don't we, the Green Kingdom, have a camp or something on our side?
Yes, you passed that.
Okay.
You even passed it via transversing in the tree.
Trees, yeah.
Like you didn't pass through the normal protocol.
Yeah.
So you're in no man's land right now.
Okay. If it is not too far, we could have at least some sort of shelter and comfortable lodgings, a roof over our heads.
How far back is it?
Green Kingdom.
The border, like it's a whole protocol thing, but you should go back. I mean, probably takes 4 hours and so on.
Oh, okay.
And then that's 4 hours, another 4 hours in the morning.
No.
No, let's just tent up here. Take an angle that if storm does come, at least we have the barracks to buffer the wind.
Indeed.
And perhaps as the storm is ending and there's still a bit of cover, maybe we can slip by them.
I think in the morning they might actually be willing to let us officially pass. We can try then. Maybe we can, if we wasted the night anyway, at least advance in peace with the great border guard. Great.
And I just
And we get to set in camp.
So you start setting camp.
I'll tell Pax. I also just realized that this spell you just procured me, the sending one, sending spell, would take me a bit more time to decipher the runes and the methods of using it, but by tomorrow I should have it good to go.
You mentioned that word. What's an Isari?
Right. She is from these lands. We've met her while we were away, taken in prison. Long story, but nonetheless.
So we can trade her to the orcs.
No. She is a diplomat as well, an ambassador, and she has done right by us to inform that the king of the Redlands intends to declare war. Yet, no, she is an ascendant one. You might be familiar with them. True Luminite.
True Luminite.
Yes.
Same as the ones that prosecute all nocturnal beings. I can't wait to meet a more fanatical one. And Shark spits on the ground.
Well,
this acidic green thing that fizzles a bit.
question for DM. I know that Isari has this natural thing to make friends. Would Adam was aware that she has this effect, or he was just under that influence?
I don't know. Did you ever tell him?
No, I think the last time I was just like, everyone just seems really friendly here.
Yeah. Okay. So I would have.
Yeah, no, it's sort of a
okay.
passive thing. You really like her.
Yeah, and I'll say, well, I do believe you will change your mind after meeting her. She's quite nice. But we'll see. And,
So you set camp.
Yeah.
You sleep for the day in no man's land. You heal. And morning comes. And as you
to do some stuff, but go on.
As you sleep and do rest and take turns, morning comes, and who's the first who emerges from the tent?
Not me, I'm sleeping
I would.
orc punches.
I'm not really comfortable with having orcs so close.
I would try to go slightly before sunrise to do my morning ritual anyway.
So Adam, you're going before sunrise to do the morning ritual, but as the sun creeps in and dawn makes its way, shedding this beautiful warm light across the horizon, you step outside, and before you see a being made entirely of light. Isari, can you please describe yourself?
Yes, I have sort of like I'm wearing sort of what looks like an ethereal cloak, and you can see sort of like these sort of almost monk-like monastic style robes, but again they don't really have much color anymore because I'm just bit of a like I'm just all light, and you can see like I've got wraps around my arms from my hands up to about my elbows, and you can see where there are supposed to be designs and things inside. You can take a few details, and I've got my cloak with just got like a sun pin that's holding the cloak together with a few like you can see a bow and an arrow and like sword at my hip.
But all of this is made entirely of light, like if it's drawn in sort of this ethereal form that takes all you take all these details apart from the face that it's a bit fuzzy. You can't really see the features.
You can see I've got like slightly pointed ears and my hair is quite long but tight back.
So the first thing that happened, Shark just rips off his green cloak and pulls out two hand axes, and you see this being in front of you. He's a very skeletal-looking humanoid with pale brown skin and patches of scales on him, and he's really skinny but has good muscle definition on him, and he has this dead snake-like eyes and long fangs, and he pulls out his hand axes
But
and looks at
before
you.
you pull the hand axes, this is like your initial gut, your initial like feeling that you want to do that. But as you try to do that, as you look at this radiant person, something warm comes towards you, and you regard her like you regard Vaj.
I try to reach for and I stop.
I'm looking for Pax and Adam. They said they'll be here. Do you know who they are? I'm assuming.
What's happening? What are you doing to me?
She looks so cute. Like when she speaks, she even like you feel like you hear a like Vaj used to do.
No, why? What's happening?
I guess I'm ascended. I'm Isari.
I'm Shaklash.
She's so cute. Like even her fingers like look like little snakes.
I turn around, run inside, and you're Max!
I'm just gonna be outside like. I've never heard that.
I drop to my knees and I hold my head. No, there's some magic outside. There's this creature.
There's this
Illuminite.
Okay.
Casting spells.
Luminite spells, as in...
Looks trustworthy, Pax!
Oh no! Not trustworthy, Shaq. Anything but trustworthy.
Get it out of my head!
Adam, head
I'll
clearing.
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up after
Yeah.
this commotion.
It's not...
Stare directly at it.
Yeah,
Before
there's
you
something...
make eye contact.
I'm just gonna call like,
There's something in Shaq's head.
I'm really sorry.
Hi.
Ow.
Is that nice?
Shut the
Apologizing.
eyes, as it will pierce inside your mind.
Because the nice voice might apologize to me, and who knows what doom that will bring.
I drop. You are already under the spell.
Adam,
And Shaq will continue hyperventilating.
he's going through something.
Yeah, I would also get myself ready quickly and be actually happy that I hear Yusari's voice.
Start putting some clothes on.
Let's see if I have. Oh, I do have prestidigitation. What I'll do is that I'll go towards Shaq and here I will help you try to dispel the magic, but in a way. I'll try deception and use prestidigitation to sort of imitate as I would cast dispel magic on him.
I have no idea what this spell magic is.
It's fine. But I'm doing some basically, fake.
So Adam
saying that,
is doing sparks all around you, telling you that he's
It's
gonna
fine.
dispel this magic. Isari, you're outside and looking at the horizon. The storm has passed. Adam, give me a d20.
2.
But as you look more towards south, so sort of west, southwest, you see a sandstorm approaching.
Can I, when I'm looking around, I'm assuming I see the barracks. Are there any, like, guards or people?
Yeah, you see
around?
but you're very accustomed to them as you survey the place for several days now, waiting for them to come. You see the golden orcs, part of the golden guard, just doing their job.
While you help your friend, I'll go and get us passage.
From the tent. Good to see you, Isari.
Good to see
Helping
you.
us.
Is Kate with you as well?
Sorry?
Is Kate with you as well?
Kate. At this point, after I finish with you're all good. I give you a pat, and then I head out to properly meet Isari. Shining bright as always. Good to.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it.
Fair. Yes. We've been awaiting your arrival. Pax is getting ready as we speak.
2 more cents to put on. I'll be right up.
And if you need assistance, sure, we can go.
No, I should be able to sort this out. Did you run into any trouble when you arrived here?
Well, just introducing ourselves to the locals with fists.
Okay, I think it may be best then if I just go on my own. I don't
Okay.
want them to...
Yeah, they seem
Okay,
to have
I'll-
something against our magic, but I understand why, which we will talk about.
Okay, I'll go and sort stuff out if you can calm your friend down, and I'll come
Yes.
back in a few moments.
Shaq, I'm thinking for today lavender scent rather than cherry blossom. Like cherry blossom would have more staying power given that we'll be trekking through heat.
You see that Shaq
Lavender.
as you're saying this, you see that Shaq is talking to Vash in a language you don't understand, and he's like desperately trying to explain something to Vash. And what he's actually saying is that Vash should save himself if I fall to the curses of this fiend.
Give me an animal handling.
Can I do so with advantage because it's charmed? It's 17.
Okay, you swear that Vash starts speaking to you and says, but she seems very nice.
Yes, that's the problem. I can't get myself to cut his throat. I can't.
Maybe you should make friends.
Friends, yes. No! Why?
And as you start, Pax is trying on perfume, you're talking with Val. Isari comes outside, and you go towards the barracks where the guards, the golden guards, guard the border, and they sort of kneel to the ground instantly in the moment that they see that you're approaching them, and muffled through their voices in perfect common, they say, "Oh, Isari the Ascendant, servant of the Order of Thewers, Temple of Heiji, forgive us."
Oh, what is there to forgive?
I don't know.
You didn't hurt them, did you?
No.
Can I roll it insight? What's my insight? This is gonna be so bad. Yeah. 13?
So with the 13, they sort of pause too much before a no and sort of shake the no. You're sure that not all of them heard them, but maybe there were
The slight
aggressive.
altercation. I can forgive you if you can help me get them past. We have a really important mission and I need them.
Okay, they need to not use magic, not use have obscuro signs, and you should hurry to catch the caravan. It's leaving.
Okay. Give me a moment. Did you tell them this?
No.
I'll go tell them. I'm sure we can catch up. But let whoever's in charge know that we'll be coming through soon, and I forgive you. And I'm
gonna go hold the caravan.
That'll be amazing.
So
Thank
this
you.
one's sort of like a chumpy, very deformed orc. He looks like like in scoliosis, like you have like the spine going like in a perfect C. He starts running with his crooked up back and sort of runs through the barracks. On the other side, and you hear, "Ha, Haruzari, stop!"
I'm just gonna be like, that doesn't look very. Anyway, I'm gonna fly back to them. Like, so I've got your passage, but you can't use magic, and you have to hide any symbols of obscura.
Flaps of the tent fly open. Pax walks out. He's now in chic, nice. Has a cloak and stuff. Is crafted, chant-casted visage into a nice deserty number with flowing elements that can breathe yet hold in when necessary. Oh, look at you! You're floating.
You're a king.
Good for us. Good for us. I think. Nice to meet you.
I start to have my hand out, then I put it back. I can't touch things.
Oh.
But you do have the gloves, though.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But not wearing them, I assume.
Yeah, I'm not wearing them right now. I could show you, but I'm scared I might hurt you.
What happens when you do touch things, though? Is it fun?
I'm gonna just walk through the tent.
Oh, you're not exactly.
And as you're walking through the tent,
You're entering the tent.
the tent starts burning.
Tearing the walls.
All around shop.
I run out of the like on all fours.
That's why I didn't shake your hand.
You incinerate whatever you touch.
Yes.
Must be enough. Must be
It's a challenge, but it is a challenge that I have been put on. I've been put on this path. I must face this challenge in order to ascend. So I will find a way around it.
Let's talk more about that advancing.
I'm sorry, I can't fix your tent though.
Yeah, no, that's gone. That's quite gone.
Anyway, we need to be quick. They've held up the caravan for us. We can chat on the way, but you need to hide.
Let's just extinguish
anything.
the tent real
Yes,
quick.
that would be.
And once that's taken care of, we'll be like,
Before you turn, because of the hot climate, it burns to singes in a matter of seconds. Like nothing is left.
oh, that took care of itself then.
I hope we've packed extras, but
Give me a D100. See how much of your property has burned. So who has the rations and how many rations do you have?
Most of it was water. We indexed it
9.
last time.
9.
Oh, okay, so all of the rations and clothes and spare tents were inside.
I don't assume the water burned.
Evaporated. Boiled.
That's okay.
Water boiled.
I told you, everything I touch in this game.
It's okay. But she did it to show you something very beautiful. Like she's very nice. She didn't do it to buy.
So, here's the thing, Isari, dear. We are material. This material requires sustenance.
Yes, I spent nearly 30 years of my life.
Oh,
as
so
a
you know what it's
journalist.
like. You remember, right? Okay.
I can get you some supplies. We just need to catch up with the caravan.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You remember water, right?
Yeah, just if you think that's impressive, wait till you see how people treat me.
Pax,
I'm just gonna be
I
like-
was there during her ascension. I saw the transformation with my own eyes. But again, another story we can discuss it while on the carriage.
Sure. Well, not. I would normally say we need to pick up our stuff, but hey, let's just
So you go through
I'm sorry.
the barracks laughing. The orcs seem very concerned. Like you catch in broad daylight their ugly manged faces. Like they seem to be made out of golden clay with cracks and sort of deformities all over. A wobbly eye, a bigger one, a crooked nose. Like even like there's a guy with a C spine. And they look terrified as Isari passes through the barracks, and they all sort of kneel behind her. And as you go, you hear like spits and sort of curses that translate in filth, magic users, and stuff like this.
Trying so hard. Okay. I was
Do you
gonna,
know Orcish?
no, but I was gonna say this is based off of my own profession. Like I'm gonna use like that look that teachers give you. Just like no.
I want to look at one of them that says that, and I want to tell him in Orcish, I am as terrified as you are, idiot.
He says in Orcish, you should be. You pass through.
Much closer.
You push through, and on the other side, you can see stretches all around you. Desert stretches endlessly, unforgiving. And you feel that the Redlands is a place where a survival comes at the cost of something greater. The air is very heavy and it presses on you like a weight, and it becomes hotter and hotter as the sun comes higher in the sky. It's a wasteland with barren soil, creeks, ravines, and desert all around. You see jagged rocks rising from the sands like bones of a dead world, and any signs that has life clinging to the perched earth, like for dear life. You see a cacti there, a burnt residue of some plant over here, but nothing more. And making its way, serpentine, like a sluggish serpent, it's a procession of weather-beaten wagons and pastel, sunburned colors is a caravan of the sunrise. Travelers and merchants dressed in loose sand clothes surround the caravan, and you see the people that of different races, orcs, Asimars, Genasi, and even humans, especially the humans, bear the scars of this red, wretched world with missing limbs or grotesque extra appendages. You see a woman with 4 arms. You see a man with 3 disgruntled uneven eyes. You see dragging behind the caravan orc colored in the sunset colors, pinks, violets and so on and so forth, with uneven muscles and uneven torso following chained to the caravan. You see from now and there on this like sluggish serpentine wagon formation, cages filled with, I don't know, the closest one to you, it's filled with like a hulking golden form. It could be an orc. What do you do?
I want to stare directly at Pax.
If you thought I was a savage, you should see them.
They're not very big on symmetry, are they?
They are disgusting masses of hatred and malice, with nothing standing behind their eyes. They are creatures that want to exploit you, to hunt you down. Best to keep that in mind, King, while dealing with them.
Each and every member of this caravan is a discernible lowlife.
Yes, most of them.
Oh, most, just most. Okay.
Are we all in the same carriage? Like?
You're not. You're in front of it. You see two Asimars with unhazy features. They look like Persephone's, but the Persephone, you know, the Pax's friend, but they have their hair tied up in colorful bandanas, waiting for you. They glance at Isari and they bow respectfully and say, "For the order of Heichi."
We require your assistance and passage to get us to... I'm assuming we're heading to, like, one of the capitals.
One of the capital. Ramidava. One of the Asimars with the pink bandana says, "Yes, friends, to Ramidava. We have a room over there in that wagon."
Thank you. I will lead you guys towards it.
You pass the slave. It's the wagon that the orcish dusk orc is tied to. And you enter. There's a few people. You see another dusk orc. You see a water genasi that stands proudly in like very posh, very well made clothes, and drinks from a crystal clear bottle of water that is ornate. Then you see an orcasimar. It's something in between. They sort of have a deformed but sort of radiating skin. A dwarf, a hyena folk, a mutated human, the man with 3 eyes and a missing arm, and also Earth Genasi with a cloak that has a lot of stars and charts on her. This is inside the caravan, and
It's a very large wagon, right?
it's not that large. It's like a sort of cramped bus.
I'm gonna sort of stay outside, still a little bit hesitant from accidentally burning all your stuff.
Everybody starts bowing and says, "Through the ascended," in different languages. "To the ascended, and Hare no Sua Sande," and sort of like everybody sort of acknowledges your presence, and it's a woman bearing the Asimar one that's inside the wagon, bearing luminous marks, sort of falls to your knees and starts speaking feverishly in Celestial.
It's okay.
And she says, "We haven't seen one of you in a while. You have forsaken us," in your language.
I'm here now.
She starts like tugging at your ropes, her hands are burning, and she
I'm
says,
just gonna like suddenly like hover so I'm out of range of anyone being able to touch me. So I just don't want to hurt you. Can you look up?
Hurts to be.
Can you calm down?
She starts like cradling herself and starts rocking herself, and she says, Lumino, 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 see us, praise us until midday, but don't forsake us. Don't let us perish in the burning sun.
I'm gonna glance at you guys like, I'm here to help protect you, but I need my friends to be protected on the way to Ramidava. I was told you might have some space for them.
There. Inside there. She tries to touch you again.
Oh no, I don't want to hurt you.
Hurt me. Help me ascend.
Don't you touch her! I want to jump out of the room, harassing her, grab her and throw her away.
Give me a strength check. Give me an athletics.
It's a 17.
So with the 17, you take the frail Asimar woman and you cradle her. She's very thin, very bony, like she hasn't eaten in days. And you
It seems like she has good aerodynamics.
Yes, and you throw her on the side. And people start gasping. The orc, the aggressive, the orc that's tied down, like sort of does this aggressive shove and sort of tries to break free. But apart from this, everybody's waiting in a still moment.
I'm gonna put my gloves on so that I can actually touch things. No, please. Why?
Yes, why? That's a very nice brooch. And then I go back, holding my head and, I'm muttering to myself.
If you could, I will help protect all of you to the town and make sure you're all safe, but I really need my friends to be protected too. And somewhere for them to stay. But I promise you, at least until the city, I will stay with you.
They nod, and you see from the top of the caravan, because you're at the back, more people are coming to see the ascended. And there's like a water genasi that says, friends, go back. Boot yourself inside the caravan. We need to start going, ah?
Yeah, we should get going. There is a big storm coming this way.
There's the storm coming that way. Indeed. So everybody shoves inside the caravan after like this mayhem. You start even seeing whispers. Lumino hasn't forsake us. Have you seen the ascended? Oh my god, maybe she'll burn us. Oh my Lumino. And they sort of fall in place, but because the heat is so overwhelming, everybody sort of falls prey to it and drained by the vitality. It's hard to sort of recover, and they sit sluggishly in their corners inside of the caravan they were assigned to, apart from the orc who is in direct sunlight and dragged to your caravan. So what do you guys do?
Hey, Shack buddy. I know I kind of started it, but maybe we could cut down on assaulting the locals.
None of this matters. We will be absorbed in the being of energy.
And
And it doesn't even sound that bad. Can you imagine?
You tossed an old lady, is what I'm saying. That old lady flew the
She was hurting the...
bothering at most.
Why?
I don't know, like...
What's wrong? Why does she seem to have this control over everyone?
You're concerned about your motivation in doing that? I'm concerned about the old lady tossing itself. Don't toss old ladies.
I wanted initially to break her neck, but you were going to make a fuss out of it.
I was.
See, so
I'm sorry to
the best outcome has been fulfilled.
Best is a... Look, I know I cramp your style, but...
Acceptable then.
Tossing old ladies is dangerous to the old ladies. Just...
So you're inside talking to this. You see the dusk orc looking at you with burning fury in his eyes and humiliation because he's directly under the sun. You see the water genasi, who sort of has a chair, a comfortable chair, and sits on top and has like a lot of crystal ornate flasks around him. Then there's the orc Simar, like with the faint glow, glowing features. Then there's the human with the missing limb and the 3 eyes, the hyena folk, and the dwarf.
Is the punished guy literally tied to our wagon? Pax will just lean
So
back.
you're at the last wagon, and the last member of the wagon is the slave being dragged.
So I'll just lean back outside the wagon towards the guy. Hey, buddy. What'd you do?
He sort of growls.
What did you do? Why are you getting the nasty treatment?
It's not your business.
Oh. Well, alright then. Let's back in.
You can give me a persuasion or a intimidation.
Oh, no. It's entirely friendly. 16.
With that 16, what question do you pose?
Are you sure you don't want to vent about it? Maybe we can help you.
I say I have descended so low. I was high priest of Ramitava.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, what'd you do? How'd you descend?
He sort of frowns at the question. Dissension is not a thing.
You said you've descended. I was building on what you said.
I said I descended. I'm sorry. So I was punished.
What for?
I defiled the patriarch's orders.
What?
Zamolkse. I refused him.
What'd you do?
I simply refused him. And now I'm forced to travel with the caravan until I die. It's been 2 weeks in the sun.
Seems a little harsh.
Little! And she sort of like drags at the chains and gets closer to you, and you can see in his eyes fury and humiliation. A little.
They're gonna be upset if I help you, right?
I don't know. Why would you help me?
I mean, what were these orders you questioned?
I refuse to marry
Ooh,
one of his daughters.
why?
Why is it to you?
Funny coincidence. I may be trying to diplomatically insert one of my friends into such an equation
I would
for the betterment of
hearing this as well.
sentient kind.
Are you there? Close. I mean, you're all in a tight space. I'm gonna assume yes, unless you are.
Well, I would be listening to this
Okay.
conversation, and maybe later on I would do something else. But yeah.
I refuse the test.
Test?
Test.
Test?
There's a test.
What's the test?
There's a place, and Germas. On your language would be, and he says something in Orkelvish, which you would know, Kuptiorul. It means the hottest place.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely hot. It's like it's at dusk here. You instantly burn, and if you can resist it and you survive, you get to marry one of his daughters.
So you have to survive extreme heat to marry Zamulza's daughters.
I have to resist the extreme heat, but I don't know about you.
You know, it's funny because you failed to accept the test of going through extreme heat, and now they're putting you through extreme heat.
It's nothing like this.
I understand, but
I don't think it's nothing until you are sitting without a shade in the light of the dusk.
are you allowed to be on a horse? I could give you a horse. We're not using ours, so.
I wouldn't mind a horse.
Our horses weren't burned down, I assume.
You entered without a horse.
Huh?
You entered without your
We
horses.
left them.
Yeah. Because no one said.
We had horses.
I thought that's how he was the caravan. On horse. 'Cause, well, we
Someone had
saw-
mentioned horses. I would have said, let's ride.
Yeah,
I don't know if you went with horses, but
yeah, that's the thing.
you went through a portal.
Ah,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
So where is your horse?
There's been some.
Where is the horse that
Inventory
you
problems.
promised me?
Let me figure out some continuity, my friend. and
Okay,
I'll
in the
let you-
meantime, as Pax is thinking on his promise, what do you guys do?
After hearing all of the discussion, I will turn to Pax and say, "You actually intend to go with that idea of getting me married with?"
I don't know.
Because,
yeah.
to be honest, I did sleep on that idea,
We're supposed to, yeah.
and it's not for me.
What is it?
Uh,
Marrying into nobility and saving the kingdom?
well,
Aren't you a hero of the past?
no, because that comes with responsibilities. It's not as easy to just get married, save the day.
It might be if that is literally the difference between stopping the war or not.
Well, nonetheless, I do have my own agenda to fulfill, which would take priority over anything else. And I do have my motivation set quite sturdy, especially after the experiences in
Adam,
the Citadel of Death, as I don't say it.
that was harrowing for all of us, but we're talking a diplomatic marriage. It's
I-
not as if you have to love this lady or anything.
And it's not even about that, because you know better than anyone else that what takes to rule a kingdom is not takes implications, something that if I were to have to do for the Red Kingdom, I couldn't.
Adam, look, here's how it's gonna be. Noted, I will avoid you marrying, being a part of this as much as possible. But if it literally is the difference between peace and war, hundreds of lives, I will have you revisit this, because whatever agenda you have, it's probably not worth thousands of lives.
I understand that, yet I'm here again as your magical advisor, and first and foremost, they are convicting us of them suffering through all of these plagues and famines and everything. Yet, and I suppose you agree on this as well, rather we should find the source of this thing that it's troubling them. It might be magical in nature, who knows?
If they accept to hold off on a war while we go on a magical quest, delightful. But if they want you married day one or else they go to war, then we'll have to check that ass. But yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping for the first as well.
What position does this marriage come with?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Now he's interested.
All around you, the faces are drawn with exhaustion and eyes are squinting against the relentless sun that
One more thing to add while on the road. You said that, if I'm not mistaken, the Water Genasi had the cape with the constellation.
no, not
No.
the water genasi,
The
but
earth-
it was
the earth genasi.
The earth
it was the earth genasi.
Yeah. And during the road, all I'll do is sort of keep an eye on her and see if she's doing any constellation stuff.
Okay.
Basically,
So
I don't
she
know.
looks like she has a hair cascading like a dark crumbling earth. Her skin is with warm colors, similar to the desert outside. She's draped in this simple earthen robe with one star constellation that is shaped like nature. Or you know all the constellations by heart.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I studied the star charts.
In Latin, it's called in Elvish. Sorry, it's called Ursa Minor.
Okay.
She often touches it and sort of has the same tattoo and a pendant in the same.
Yeah.
Pax will pop back out the back of the wagon to the orc. So, good news and bad news. Good news is I can get you off your feet and getting carried. Bad news, it would be a shadow steed. It would be Obscuro's darkness made trotting mount. I don't think anybody would be happy with that. I don't think a former high priest would be happy with that, but if you want it, you got it.
But you promised me a horse.
It is a horse. It's a shadow.
It's a filthy horse.
Well, I never said it would be a being of light.
He doesn't say anything apart from this like deep
You let me
sigh.
know if you want a shadow horse. That's all I got.
He shakes his head.
I could just order them to let him sit in the carriage.
But you're like a living saint of the faith.
Okay,
Give or
I'll let you
take.
do it. I'll let you do it.
No, but he's just sitting out at the back of the wagon, just talking to the orcs.
No, because I'm going to be like kind of walking alongside and like kind of fielding people who are trying
you
to
walk sometimes.
I do, yes.
It's like an idiosyncrasy.
Yeah, I'm just used to it.
Okay. He's guilty of crimes against the king, faith, great priest.
Yes, it's one of the things that I'm personally not a fan of, but I'm a little bit, my hands are tied a little bit in regards to my faith and the king and the people who rule the lands. I mean, I don't know if I can free him fully, but I can definitely ask for you to be able to sit inside for a while.
King gave him a punishment, you'd be overriding that punishment.
Ascended.
I don't know if it's within my power.
Don't do it. Don't spare me. I deserve to die like this. It's a better death than the one in Germas. That's without honor. That's without ascension.
Or maybe because of our faith, we have to choose life. So if you choose to survive and I can get you free, you can help others and change like this war that might be
Yes.
coming.
Yes, free me.
Okay, I'm just gonna take one of my gloves off and burn through the rope.
Sorry.
It's too late. So it was. Let me see how much the damage.
While she's doing it, I'll explain. We're gonna have to go negotiate. with the
1d4. Give me
king.
1d4.
1d4.
Yes. I think. Let me see.
Three.
No. It's 2d10. Sorry.
Whoa, that's
2d10.
way more than 1d4.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk to the king.
You were worried about me.
Do you burn outside or from the inside? If you go and burn from the inside, it's 4d10.
No, I'm just gonna like put my hand on the rope and just let it burn through.
Okay, you sit a while and
Yeah, I'll just be like while you're explaining.
We're gonna have to go convince the king of things, like not going to war.
as you say this, the orc pulls the ropes and the chains as they mount and they burn, and he starts running.
And
I'll go chase him.
yeah, and if the king hears you're freeing his prisoners, he might not like that.
So you go chase the orc.
Yeah, I'm like,
No, change my back. Go back. Like be tied behind the caravan.
And he starts yelling as he runs. Ascendi, why are you following me?
we made a promise
You freed me.
to help us.
No, you said
Running
to help
away.
others.
So you need to help us to help others. We are on a mission.
Okay, then get out of the wagon.
I'm not in the wagon.
The other fools you're traveling with.
No, we need to get to Remedava first. You
They're
need to come
gonna tie
with
me
us.
back up. He sort of points toward the sky that's burning his forehead.
Look, I need to end this war, and I need your help. If you're not going to help, and if you're going to run away, I will end you myself.
Then end me.
Okay.
Just go through it.
I will just...
Just seems like this has happened before. Just saying.
I am gonna I can just walk through him and set him on fire, right?
As you're trying to walk through him, he says, no! So listen, it's very important that I get a chance to ascend, and if doing so, I have to complete my task. I have to do something worthy, meaningful, die in battle. I can't die in Germas trying to marry a daughter or burned by an ascendi like a
I'm not asking
coward.
you to marry the daughter. I'm asking you to come with us and to help.
Okay, what do you want me exactly to do?
We just need your
I'm
advice. I don't know Ramadava at all.
Okay,
You do. You are the head priest there.
okay,
You could help us be our guide.
okay, and if I do this, maybe
You could be on your path again
okay.
to ascend.
Persuasion.
Oh my god, that was really good.
Depends on the modifier.
It's a 5
Do you
plus
always like
something.
the whole thing? Do anything?
Yeah, people like you, so you roll with advantage.
Okay. Because that was going to be a 6. Okay, that's a 19. That's much easier. Much better.
Okay, in total.
19 in total.
He says, okay.
If you try and
But don't let me die a pointless death.
that will depend on if you try to hinder me again. I have my mission is to bring peace.
You told me to go and help people. I thought you said in general.
Well, now you know I've clarified the misunderstanding. But if you try and hinder me again,
I will never.
I try to be nice, but I
will
have a
never-
mission.
I understand. I also have a mission. I want to become you.
So you need to help me.
Okay.
And by helping me, you will help others. But we need to get him. And I'll point to Pax.
Towards a caravan that's going forward.
Pax is waving.
The caravan is going towards Ramidava.
And that guy who is trying to offer you a shadow steed, he needs to get there.
Okay.
So, would I be strong enough to be able to carry him and fly?
Without burning him.
I've got my non-burning glove.
Sure. Give me a strength with
not
your
gonna
new
go well.
with your new stats.
Oh, actually, my strength's not too bad.
You have to.
Oh no, I just rolled bad.
The roll.
So no, you try to get him,
Alright,
but
well.
he's very heavy, and you drop him.
All right, get running.
He starts running backwards as a few of the other Golden Guard orcs are sitting in front of the carriage just waiting for him and sort of gesturing in the air. What happened?
He's gonna help us, but he needs his strength. So let him in the carriage, give him some water, give him some food. I will take responsibility of him.
They frown, start conversing in Orcish between them. Araura. Is the thing lying to us? I don't know. You understand this. Persuasion.
This is 3.
With advantage.
Advantage. Okay, let's go. That's an 8.
Do I hear them being
Yeah.
untrusty of the...
Yes, you hear the fact they're wondering about what consequence would be this to the king, because an ascendi cannot necessarily contradict the king.
I want to poke my head out and say, in Orcish, are you willing to risk being consumed by the great luminous one right here in the desert by disobeying its holy light of justice?
Intimidation.
Not very well.
That's an 11.
When the dice tell a story,
The story wants to tell.
they say, of course, filth.
It's your fault.
And they turn and say, no, you can't. It's by order of Zamolkse himself. He should die at the tail of the caravan.
I try so hard to be nice. But you are stopping me from doing what I need to do. So you have a choice now. Just
The choice is to respect our kings.
Yeah,
And
but-
he points our kings, and they sort of gesture a lot. Our king's orders.
But
In
did
common,
Zamolkse
perfect
say
common.
when he was supposed to die? Was it now or would it be later?
You can fulfill both the request of the Ascended One and your king. 2 in 1.
Consider
So
it a
much
state of
illumination.
execution.
We should just let the guy follow us in the back.
I don't think we understand. This is all no.
Oh, no, this is all in
This is
English.
in common. This is with
Okay,
Rareș,
yeah,
it's in Orcish. The thing with the study is in common.
Oh.
So in perfect common. What we can do is we let him at the tail of the caravan, chained, and we won't stop to check by until it's dusk time.
Not chained.
Ropes
No. He'll just walk.
at the end of the caravan. And if we lose him, you're directly responsible.
Sounds fair?
They took a piece of paper and they start writing.
See, I knew that we would come to an agreement. You're doing a fine job. I'm just gonna walk back to
They're a bit confused and they start talking in Orcish. What was that? I think praise. They nod, smiling a bit.
It's all good. I will talk to the priest. You just need to stay. You will need to keep walking. But I've managed to convince them not to chain you up, not to tie you up.
Can I have some water?
Sure. I'm gonna make my way towards the caravan and get some water from the water ganassi.
The
Is
Genasi.
it the water
Just
ganassi
get the
that
glass
has
out of
water?
it. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna need some water. Any money that you need, you can charge the Temple of Heichi.
You don't. You know that the Temple of Heichi runs with money, but the rest of the country doesn't.
Yeah,
just
the
talking
exchange rate
yeah.
system. You can charge it. I'm like, could we get a little bit of water, please?
Give me a persuasion with advantage.
Advantage.
Like the pale.
got 2 10s,
The
that's
pale
an
skin
11.
Genasi turns his like shimmering veils and azure robes towards you.
It's 11. It's not gonna work.
And sort of says, "Yes, friend. We put an agreement to it. What should I get in exchange, huh?"
Don't know what I can offer. I can give you added protection in case anything happens.
So you protect me.
Yeah. At least until Ramadava.
Okay, I give you 2 bottles.
Amazing.
I'm gonna put them here, so
like-
they don't explode. And she sort of.
I like
backs-
grab my I sort of could one of you grab the bottles?
Oh, I will do it. And
Okay, thank you.
you're most welcome. For you.
You take the 2 bottles. What do you do?
I,
So nice.
I go like with a smile on my face, and halfway through to the work, I immediately get like a face drop. And I continue going to the work. You say he's pretty meaty and strong? Okay. I go and hand him the bottles, and
It
then...
also looks like and smells of clay.
Clay. Okay. I hand him the bottles and I lean close and say in Orcish, before you'll do anything to be ascended, I will strike you down. And I wink and I go back.
Give me an intimidation.
It's a 12.
So with a 12, you get a subverted face, one that seems to, I don't know the word right now, it's escaping from me. He's trying to comply to your words. And
Not asking anything of him.
as you to surrender to your words, let's say. And as you turn your head around, he's gonna try to punch the back of your head. With a weak strike, it's a 12.
I mean, he does hit me, but it doesn't really hurt me, not at all.
For a total of 6 damage.
A 12 doesn't hit me.
So it doesn't hit you.
I mean,
You said it does hit me, and
Sorry, no, I mean it's below my AC.
okay, so he
just-
tries to. This is what I assume. So he tries to hit you in the back of your head, but his aim is weak, and his hand is shaky. So it just goes towards that direction, but doesn't land.
Yes, let your fury flow. Get further away from Lumino's ideals. Never ascend. Never.
Lumino's ideas is to wipe scum like you. He starts drinking the 2 glasses of water with such fervor that he looks like he hasn't eaten and drinking anything in probably over a week. He gulps with such care every single a drop of water, and leaves the 2 crystal canisters dry. Moving forward, what do you do in the rest of the day until the caravan just sort of meanders across the desert?
I would ask around, whoever knows, how long would we have till Ramidaba?
Who do you ask?
Let's, I'll ask the Earth Ganassi with the constellations. I would approach her.
Well, greetings.
Good day. I do have a question out of curiosity. How long does this journey takes till Ramidaba?
So the caravan takes 2 days to Ramidava, but we stop at dusk, before dusk. At
Understandable.
midday, we stop for 12 hours.
Understandable. Any dangers we could expect on the roads other than the storms and the environment?
Everything. Could be rage, could be storms, could be meteoroids, could be flames, could be pests, could be... What's your name, stranger?
I am Adam from Green Kingdom. What's yours?
My name is Teleftos Arctos.
Leftos.
Teleftos Arctos. But for you should be Last Bear.
Last bear.
Last Bear.
Interesting. I can't help but notice you having an affinity towards the constellation and the symbols you.
Oh, yes. I spend my life studying the stars above. I hope to follow in their footsteps, like your friend over there, but there. One day I'm sure I will join them too. If the skies deem me worthy. She
This is
pauses and
interesting.
sort of looks in the distance. The stars tell stories, you know. And if you listen closely, they'll answer. And she has like such fervor in her eyes, and if you look inside, you can swear you can see like constellations in her pupils. Just
Well, regarding that bit you said, the stars telling the stories, I do have some similar ones of some stories of my own. I would be glad on sharing some with you, though you do sound to me like someone, and I would say this a bit more closer so not everybody hears. You do strike me as somebody who has been reading through the teachings of the 4 ancestors, am I right?
yes, of course, everybody knows the teaching of the 4 ancestors, but that's an old book. Such an old book. It lies at the fundamental of the ancestral light belief, the religion of the Red Kingdom.
Because There are some very interesting verses and passages in that book, which they do talk of a sort of ascension, though not, again, the one that we see outside the carriage, but the one you've been mentioning about as well.
Adam is the same. It's just different planes. You have to ascend higher and higher. My
Indeed.
family is there. And she points towards the constellation.
Now this is interesting. I do understand you, and believe me, I share your ideas and belief, but
So you're a
how are
follower
you...
of ancestral light as well?
Not exactly, but what I'm saying is, my curiosity is, how are you sure exactly that your ancestors are up there? Because I do believe in a similar idea myself. I do believe there is up there a star of my ancestors, yet I strive to find, let's say, proof in a way, like find my way to them.
Because I visit them.
How? At that point, like, Adam really is into it.
So not all of them. I know you can communicate with some, but I have a special bond with constellation with the Ursa Minor. That it's you might know it as from the Green Kingdom. You might know it as the Little Dipper, the one that looks like a chariot. It's my family there.
I also, regarding constellations, I do have a story of my own. You see, this cape belonged to my father, and it's an interesting one. I just pull up a little bit to see the behind of it, which shows moving constellations, except for one star, which also shines with a slightly different color.
The Star of Hebdom.
She says that. Oh.
It's a lost. It's a lost name, but I know the Star of Hebdom.
Well, in this case, we have much to talk about, as firstly, my full name is Adam Hatton. And
She sort of brights up and she says, "Well, Sir Hebdom, my family, the Ursa, owes you a great deal."
This
Or
is
at
gonna
least-
be a long conversation, and I'm all into it. And the thing is, my character, after hearing all of this, for the rest of the journey, we could spend the entire time just talking about stuff.
So you start
Everything,
talking about
everything. But yeah, I mean, we can do it here at table as well. You so
we can
desire.
do the big chunks, the important
Yeah.
chunks. So you start fervently like talking about the constellations and your connection to the Hebdom star. And meanwhile, what do you do for the rest of the journey? We're gonna
I
go back to
wanna
it.
tell Max, I think you are losing your bachelor to marry politically. He's not married before we reach the city.
Adam is very much welcome to love whoever he likes. It's just His Majesty is with. Which, speaking of, thank you. Heads in, leans in over her shoulder. Hi, miss. Nice to meet you. Greets his new Genasi friend.
Hi, you might call me Last Bear.
Hello, Lasper.
My full name is Telefestos Arctos.
Telefestos Aptos. Nice. I enjoy that. I'm Pax. Nice to meet you.
She has an accent you would know if you hear it, native to the other capital.
Okay.
I'll just take him away from you for 1 minute. So, a little bit of homework, just in case we end up needing it. Magical methods of surviving extreme heat. You think on that one, Okay. Back of your head.
He nods, yet his mind is definitely somewhere else.
Okay, you work on it. Let's just put some.
Cool.
Perhaps someone else from your entourage can attain that political marriage. Is it necessary that is Hepton?
I look around, I look back.
I look straight at you.
How political marriages work, Shaq, is the person marrying has to have some claim to nobility for that to validate the marriage.
Shak, grand champion of Green Spring.
Shaq is like this. They want to take a grand champion in marriage. You got it. Enjoy the fire girl or whatever these daughters are. The orc that's gonna break your pelvis. But point is, it might not be what they're looking for. But if they are, good on you.
Just keep it in mind. I am fire resistant.
I'm happy to. Are you?
Yes.
Well, then I'll. You can probably get a good shot at passing the trial then.
Just food for thought.
Okay, as you have this conversation, we go back to you who's rambling about. And she says, then you might be very interested in my story as well. You see, we also have a connection, and I'm very excited to tell you all about it. You see, my ancestors ascended a long, long time ago and joined the skies and the stars, and they reside now in Myrktos Arctos, which you would know like... Why are you taking notes?
I love
I'm like with
It's
my...
Ursa Minor that I told you about. Yes. There are my ancestors, and there's a special ritual that you can do. It's very harsh. I almost died. I'm scared to do it ever again, but you can visit them. And have you heard of the myth of how my ancestors becomes Ursa Minor?
Please tell me.
So before the Redlands were red and deserted, we had rivers and rains and greenery all around. And Obscuro cursed the mother of our tribe, Callisto, out of jealousy, and she turned her into a bear. And after she turned her into a bear, her son, Arcas, nearly killed her because he went hunting and almost killed his mother. Can you believe this? And then Lumeno intervened and transformed them both into the stars that are now Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. And all of their ancestors go there.
That's quite beautiful, I have to say.
Yes, and they still watch over us, waiting for the worthy, and I hope I'm the last one to complete Ursa Minor.
Now,
But this is not all.
okay.
You see that my constellation, my family, which is Ursa Minor, the little bear, lost one of their own constellations, one of the stars of the constellation, and the star of Hebdom sort of shifted and found it and put it into place. So it is said, and this is what they said when I communed with them, that we owe the Hebdoms a great deal, a favor. And if you call to Ursa Minor, they will answer.
Interesting. Are you, by any chance, this comes without saying, but an advanced practitioner of divination magic? Or I know.
And everybody turns as they hear magic.
But we are all talking this almost, more on the hush hush.
Doesn't matter. Whoever get the grasp on magic, everybody turns sweaty eyes, intense eyes. There's this tension. Everybody stops talking, and one whispers, "The unseen hands, they will come for you."
He said the M word, didn't he?
Yeah.
Magic! Did someone say magic?
He said it again.
We're never gonna make it there.
And she sort of makes this googly starry filled eyes at you and say, "No, no magic."
Okay. Said it again. We were talking that
And
we
she
do not
says
like
it,
magic.
spits the word. Everybody starts spitting. And the water genasi says, now, friends, don't shed water.
I see how things are. Apologies. Maybe we should discuss this more privately. I guess let us continue. Enjoy, at least I will try to enjoy the scenery of these lands. As to be honest, it's me personally. I always wanted to travel, and being here, honestly, it's nice.
So it's rather hot outside and you travel and travel. Someone, please give me a D20.
Wizard.
I'll do it. 5?
So with a 5 you travel, it's almost dusk. You hear the caravan stopping under this like great formation that sheds shadows, and it stops its sluggish serpentine movement, and as it takes shadows, it takes to the shadows, the air feels dry, and you feel like you're almost breathing dust. The golden orcs lazily like come outside and yell, "We stopped for 12 hours! Until next dawn, take to the shadows." And everybody like starts to find a bit of I don't know, cool under this, either the caravan, either the wagons, either the, I don't know, one and else's shadow. From a distance you also see like the big cage with another golden hulking figure in front stops, and it's put to the shadows. And with a 5, you see the sun creeping over and over and over the skies, and searing heat wave suddenly rolls over the area, distorting the air in front of you, and sort of causes the ground to shimmer, and it's very difficult to breathe. Everybody roll me a Constitution saving throw, including you, Risari, but with advantage.
Is the magical effect or just the heat?
Heat.
And not natural 20.
Natural 20.
Not natural 20.
You don't even notice it.
19.
Okay, so it's very hard to breathe. You have sweat buds all around your temples, but you're so engaged in this conversation that you don't like it. You have like an outer body experience. You are engaging with your mind and don't like, mind your body.
15.
10 and light sensitivity.
Okay, so with disadvantage.
Still time.
Okay, so with a 15 you barely make it. You almost forgot how hot it gets as the dusk sets in, as the fiery 6 hours of the unforgiving sun sets over the mountain with a direct exposure towards the land, and it gets closer and hotter and hotter and hotter, but you shrug it off because it's in your DNA. Pax over here does not, and he gets 1 level of exhaustion and 3 fire damage.
Can
How
I
do
empty
you-
a canteen of water on Pax's
You
head?
don't have any more water. You had 2 bottles and you gave them to the orcs. What do you do about provisions and water?
Oh, we have a bunch of gems. We're probably gonna
exactly.
trade with
I
the
would say
water
we don't
genasi
have-
for a minimum flow of water.
Okay. How much is in gold quantity?
We have silver bars, gold bars, gems worth a couple hundred gold. So
Okay, for a couple of hundred, how much? How a couple? 200?
Yeah.
So for 200 gold, you get 4 canisters of water.
Wait, what?
Yes.
we have Visari go transact instead.
And
After
he
that price is
says,
uttered.
and he says, friends, we already struck a bargain. Don't.
Well, we have.
Yes,
Gems?
this is the regular transaction. You give me 400 gems. I give you 4 bottles of water. Put it here.
And surely my protection, even with the 2 bottles there, is worth
We
more.
ascended. We negotiated this already.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is there anyone that's straying away from the caravan, is in a more secluded place?
Everybody's trying to stray away and find a bit of shadow. Like some are going under the caravan, some are going in the mountain, some are trying to find like small crevices or caves. What are you guys doing as the...
I'm looking for maybe more downtrodden creatures.
What would be a downtrodden creature?
Someone that looks vulnerable, weak.
Okay, give me a D100. Pax, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for the natives to pick out a spot for us to camp.
They sort of picked a spot. It's in the shadow of a mountain, but
Can I-
people are...
I don't know, roll survival and then try and find somewhere for them, like from.
Yes.
Like fly and hover around.
Yes.
68.
Okay, so with the 68, you find the Asimar woman that was very frail and bony that you threw away, who's dragging herself inside of a cave.
Do I add survival?
Survival, yes.
That would be 12.
So with a 12 or survival, you find there's a very tight space between two mountains that you could fit 3 people.
This is the best I could find. The others have taken all the other prime locations. I won't be staying with you guys for the night, so it's all yours.
So she's secluded, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's very far away.
Well, Shark will go towards her, grab her by the neck, and then start to eat from her alive. As
Okay.
I'm strangling her so that she doesn't scream. And I will consume her entirely.
Okay, as you
Gain
consume...
some hydration.
As you consume her entirely, you gain some hydration, but you also roll me a Constitution saving throw.
It's a 24.
Okay, you feel that something doesn't sit well in your stomach with the 24, and it's rumbling. It's sort of this pulsating heat coming from within, but you shrug it off.
So I do.
You burp.
Yeah. It's not good.
No. No.
Burn some smoke.
Okay, so you transact the 400.
Wait, does she have any supplies?
Roll me another D100.
She's rich. Wait, this doesn't count. 44?
So with the 44, you find 2 canisters of water, prickly pear, some aloe vera, and a jojoba bush with several fruits that are very oily.
I come back smiling and I have traded with the natives for supplies. I have an extra can of water if someone desires.
Yeah.
And I look on the corner of one can and I wave my finger a bit and like the blood just fizzles and disappears.
Perception, whoever wants to notice that, but it's gonna be a high DC, is gonna be over a 19.
I have a passive perception of 17.
19, you have to roll me a 19.
I
not
don't know.
gonna
I don't know
hide.
if I care enough about it, to be honest.
I'm not gonna hide it that much.
Okay.
I have a -2 that we can go.
Okay. Do you trade the gems and the gold bars you have?
Yeah, I passed them to Zari and she called it.
Okay, so you remove that from your what's it called? From your supplies list, and you get 4 liters of water. You're taking a rest in between the mountains. What do you want to do at them?
We used to have almost 40, but they boiled.
We could survive a couple of days without food, but at least we got water.
And as the sun is setting and it's hotter and hotter, roll me Shaq, roll me a d20.
4.
So with the 4, is you sit down near some like cramped, I don't know, residue of bushes. Suddenly, a wildfire appears. When like sort of starts rummaging and going through the bushes and going towards the caravans as it's approaching closer and closer and faster, and we're gonna take a break. See you
That's hot.
in a bit.
Hot topic.
Like and subscribe, dear viewer. Like and subscribe. Not that I wish to imply you've been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a break than viewers, but all our efforts on this channel would have gone to waste unless, well, let's just say your moment to like our videos has come again. The right viewer in the right place can make all the difference in the world. So subscribe, dear viewer. Subscribe and grow this channel.
So we ended up with a blaze eruption across this desertic landscape that backs you into the shelter that you found with the mountains at your back. They're rapidly spreading towards the party, towards the caravans, and everybody, as the fire sort of starts engulfing you. Give me a dexterity saving throw as you're trying to dodge out of its way.
Nice. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
16.
16.
16. Adam. And since we're also
Dexterity.
there,
Natural 1.
natural 1, you instantly, like, if their heat is starting to radiate, you take 6 fire damage, and part of the caravan starts firing a blaze, and you need to find shelter. Everybody, roll me initiative.
Oh,
25 to 20.
I got 27.
27 Isari. 22 50. 50 to 10.
12.
13.
13 Pax. 12 Shack.
And
And Adam.
7 for me.
7 Adam, and everyone else it's on 3. Everyone. So the fire starts to burn rapidly towards you. Isari, what do you do as the parts of the caravan starts to catch fire?
Can't really do anything, so I'm going to burn all my movement and everything just to fly around and just wake people up and tell people to get to safety.
Okay.
So not an exciting start, but I'm just gonna like wake up, there's fire coming this way, get to safety, like go, go, go. And if
Because you did this turn to wake at least half of the caravan up because it's a long
yeah,
run.
as much as I can.
Yeah. They're gonna go towards safety and gonna have advantage as they roll. Yes. So you're doing the mission that Master Wu imbued into you, into the Order of Seers, and you're protecting people. He would be very proud. Coming back to the battle. With a more dynamic, I don't know this tracks, I'm sorry. With this more dynamic sound, Pax, what do you do?
What is the threat?
It's burning wildfire, spreading through the caravans, through the residue of bushes and burned plants.
Are wagons burning?
Yes.
Do I see these guys? Are they okay?
You're so as we left off in between the secluded space, the hollow space between the two mountains, that fitted all three of you. This is where you're at.
And it's a safer spot than out there?
Not necessarily. It's a bit safer due to the fact that you don't have any flammable objects around you, like caravans and wood and garments and cloths and stuff.
How are the people outside reacting? Is this an occurrence they seem to be expecting?
They seem to be
exceptional?
So due to the fact, give me an insight.
4.
So everybody's panicking right now. This is why you register. Like everybody's yelling, going around.
I just,
Save the water!
I just first lean in.
Brother, save the water!
Lean into Shaq. Is this irregular?
It's happening, however, it's highly destructive.
So it's fire tugging at you.
Yeah.
So we need a bit of urgency. So what do you do with your action?
I look for the water genasi fella.
The water genasi fella, as you see, he's inside of the caravan. Half of it is burning, and he's holding the waters, and he's scared, and he does like he's just yelling as the fires are clutching towards him.
I advance towards him and call out to him. My aquatic friend, you really need to focus up and survive, else a lot of people are gonna die when we're left without you afterwards. So, please.
Okay, he's gonna have that in mind.
Stabilize him mentally. Turn.
You turn, Shaq.
Well,
With
I had a very
Adam on that
I had a very kindred thought. I also, like, I see you going towards the aquatic guy, and as you're yelling that to him, like, you see Shaq jumping, and I want to grab him and get him near us. I'm not really sure.
So you have to jump through fire. You give me another constitution check.
Yes, it's a 27.
Sorry, dexterity, not constitution.
It's a 19.
It's a 19. So you pass and you take only half of it as you're jumping through fire. And this one, because it's direct fire, it's a bit more. And then it's 5 fire points. And you jump and reach him, and you're trying to grab him. Give me an athletics to see how well you hold him.
17.
So with the 17, you grab him. You even grab the 3 canisters of waters that he's holding. What do you do now?
I start swinging him left and right to make a path for myself through the fire to get back to safety.
He is made out of flesh.
Okay, as you're swinging him left to right, he's burning. As he's down, you're doing like He's like you start smelling burnt fabric. You don't know. His skin smells strange. It's like the after morning of an ocean when in a particularly hot day. This is sort of the smell that he emits as he's just starting to take damage and just wildly screams. Adam.
We also know he was vulnerable to fire, given that he was scared of the fire.
I just imagine he did not know his own properties.
So, I'm looking around and actually trying to see what Last Bear is doing.
Last Bear,
Telefestos.
Telefestos is trying. It's next to you almost in one of the ravines that's a bit smaller and trying to shelter herself from the flames that are lunging towards her, and she's trying to protect the cape and the tomes that she's carrying.
Now, probably Adam would know, but I'm asking you, GM, if I am to cast chromatic orb to do cold damage,
Yes,
would that help against the flames?
definitely.
I'm going to do that. I mean, first I would move somewhere where would be safer. If there's any spot I could head towards that could be safer as my movement.
Okay, you can move and try to move through the flames. You're also gonna give me another dexterity save.
Yeah. 5.
You move through them to a safer space, but as you pass through the fire, you take full blasting damage of 16 fire damage. And what do you want to do with the...
And with my action, let me subtract this. And with my action, I will want to cast chromatic orbs to switch it to cold damage, and shoot towards the flames that are going towards Telefestos.
Telefestos. As you're shooting chromatic orbs, give me a range. Give me a check.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
You have to pass a 12 to see if they land on the fire. And we have everyone else on deck, so they must be prepared.
Okay.
Telefestos.
12.
Teleftos, sorry. So you barely meet Teleftos is taken by surprise as a chromatic orb of ice lands in front of the fire, and they're extinguished, and she starts running towards you. Fortunately not through the flames because you extinguished them. And she's taking shelter behind you.
Yeah. And I guess that's all I can do for now. But
so the water genasi is starting to manipulate and move his hands as he's crying, someone help me! Ah! And he's just launching a bit of water in front of the flames coming from his essence, and he's extinguishing the flames that you're harming him with, but his skin starts burning and he catches fire, and you see that he's more susceptible to fire than others.
I still have a fire extinguisher.
And she starts squirting water
It's on fire,
left and right. And he yells, "Friend, Ascended, you said you'd protect me."
I got him, Misari.
Everybody's running left and right, screams, trying to sheet from the flames, going towards the top of the caravan, the end of the caravan, including the orc. They're running from it. Most of the people you were inside with survived as they're trying to go away from the fires. Top of the round, Isari.
Is there anyone? Can I have a quick look to see if there's anyone in immediate danger?
Okay.
Preferably someone small because I'm not that strong.
The water genasi.
The water genasi is most in danger as he.
Okay, you know what? I am gonna fly to the water genasi and I'm just like, I'll take him, and I'm gonna and take him away.
With the gloves on.
Yes.
Okay, so you take him with the gloves on, and you have to draw me a dexterity save to see. You don't mind the fire, but to see if he saves.
Dex save. Okay.
You pass with him in a safety manner.
That's a 10.
So it's a fail, and I'm gonna give more damage to. Are you susceptible to fire damage as well, Isari? Oh no. I think you have
let's see.
resistance.
So half.
7.
No, I'm not resistant.
Okay, 16.
16 damage?
Yes, fire damage, and also the water genasi that looks almost done, but the fact that his skin is boiling, he has all this bubo tubes and swallowings that start to break with liquid inside.
Remind me, because it's been a while. Can I use any healing magic in this game? I can't remember.
You definitely can use a healing magic inside the game.
Because I've got healing hands where I can restore 5 hit points.
Yes.
Once a turn.
So
while I'm flying, I'll...
So while holding him, you try to heal him for
5 hit points.
as your warmth from inside starts radiating, and starts radiating. I think I stopped it. Starts radiating towards this fella, towards this Genasi. He gets healed, but you know, inside the Red Kingdom, healing is not so effective, and he gets healed for only half of it. Rounded down, that's 2. So
I'm low-key hoping that even the attempt will appease him a little bit.
so one of the swallowings with the liquid inside just gets sucked in, and on his face it looks a bit mended, but the rest of the body is still mayhem. Do you finish your round?
Yes, that's all I can do. I'm just going to try and fly him to somewhere safe.
Are you at ground level or up?
I imagine I'm probably maybe about 2 or 3 meters in the air, not like exactly on ground level, but
Did you get it now out of my hand?
Yes.
I assume so, yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I do this.
Yeah, like I'm not super high, but I'm high enough to potentially avoid any obstacles.
Pax.
Can I reach this dude's boot?
Oh, you can try. You can do a little bit of a jump with athletics.
No, a little exhausted for that, so I can't just stretch and touch.
It's not gonna be a high DC.
Exhaustion.
Oh, yeah.
Exhausted. Sorry. Pax tries to jump for it to the left.
15.
15 is it's good. So exhausted, you gather your remaining strength and jump. For a second, you think you wouldn't reach, but you grab his boot and hold on. Lazily.
I don't hold on. I just touch to discharge the magic I have ready, which is to send icy cool to form a slight shell all around him, armor of agates. Just ice all around to encase him.
Is this a warlock or a paladin spell?
It is a warlock spell.
Warlock, excellent. Cool.
I did, and he's literally doing that because he saw the chromatic cold orb fly, and he was like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool."
Okay. Shaq's turn, but before Shaq's turn, Adam, give me a d20.
11.
So with an 11, as you sit at the edge of the mountain trying to find shelter with the last bear, you see a cascade of boulders just trampling down from nowhere from the nearby cliff, and they're running towards you, they're dropping towards you, and you have to give me a dexterity save again.
Okay, because I mean I could have reacted with something else.
So it's not your turn.
But okay, I see. Okay, Dex save. Please.
Yes.
Bad. 6.
Okay, you
I go
take a total of
unconscious.
7 bludgeoning damage as they fall, and they also fall over last bear, who starts bleeding this like liquidy lava blood. But we were at Shaq.
First of all, I look towards this. I had this under control. And I just walk away from the fire disappointedly, like I have 2 cans of water, and I'm just lazily spraying a bit on me, and then I'm also throwing a bit on on Pax, sorry.
So we see the water boiling and sort of transform into mist of water.
Doesn't even reach him.
It reaches him, but it's the effect that it's cooling the area. It transforms into mist, so lowering temperature. I don't know which law is this, the thermodynamics law. So lowering the temperature there, but also dissolving.
Okay, and I just walk away a bit from the fire and pay attention so that there's no immediate dangers to us.
And as you try to avoid the fire, give me a dexterity save.
14.
14, it's not enough. You think you got it, and you switch your body like a snake, but they get you on the left side, and you take only 6 damage. I rolled poorly.
Does the water that I sprayed on myself?
Yeah,
do
it's
anything?
halved. Now it's 3 damage.
Okay.
You said 11. And you're going towards Pax or Isari? Or Adam?
Towards Pax.
Towards Pax. Pax is near Isari, so it's them two, and then it's Adam. You end your turn, right? As
keep an
we
eye
go
for
into Adam's
dangers.
turn, Pax, roll me a d20.
4.
A 4. So with the 4, you turn your head and you see that behind you, from the top of the caravan, another wildfire erupts and starts like wiping the caravan towards you. And you hear in the distance something like, the curse is upon us!
So what is happening unnatural? Is that a natural movement to the fire, or?
So there's another fire springing, like the fire that sprang was at the end of the caravan, and there's another wildfire springing at the top of it, like the head of it.
Jesus.
Adam, what do? You have now boulders running down and also fire, like the remaining fire of the initial wildfire, of the first one.
Okay. I'll, so having Teleftos next to me, I will turn towards her, say, get to a safe place, I'll manage. And as I touch her, I will also cast Fly on her.
So you cast Fly, she starts floating.
Yeah, and tell her to get to a safe place.
She extends one hand.
I mean, sure.
And she tries to drag you. Give me a strength to hold on.
I was hoping that she's made of stone. She's more.
She's sturdy. Okay. She's sturdy. Give me. I'm gonna also roll and add her stuff. So it's a total of 17. If you roll above a 3, you hold on.
Above, okay.
Above a 3.
It's a 5.
Okay, cool. So you almost lift, but she's very sturdy and she holds you on. But still, you have to pass through the residue of the fire and the bludgers. You give me 2 dex saves. 1 second. This is for 1 round. No, it's just the fire.
Okay.
Just the fire. Just 1.
A bit of a better roll. It's a 15.
So with a 15, you barely make it through. Like you think one of the flames will engulf you, but last bear Teleftos' grip pulls you towards her, and you're safe. Everyone is starting to scream and panic, also at the top of the caravan. And as the 2 fires start to like meet maybe in the middle, the orc is at your side, Isari, and just yells as he's running through the fire, "What do I do?"
Do you have any abilities to quench the fire?
To what?
To get rid of the fire.
If I had! What do you think I would have not asked?
Just get on the caravan and load people up and let's go.
There's no more caravan.
Yeah,
it's
It's all gone now.
Yeah, almost.
Oh, I'm so hoping there'll be at least 1 left.
It's one in the middle.
Let's go for the middle one.
So he's trying to run towards that. As we end everyone else's turn, Isari, top of the round.
I will go towards the caravan and I'm gonna drop the water ganassi in the safety of the caravan.
Okay.
I've really got nothing I can do to fight fire. So I guess I'll just kind of fly around and herd people towards like the 1 remaining caravan and encourage the orc to sort of take the caravan out of the line of fire.
So before, as you start yelling towards that, before even the orc reaches, the other people that are closer hear you, and all of them, like all the
How many
surrounding
people is that,
ones.
roughly?
It's maybe 20, 25. It's a flooded caravan right now, just the one in the middle. And someone asks, "Do you think the flames will catch us in the middle? What would we move the caravan with?"
Fair point.
Pax, your turn, but before it's Pax's turn, roll me a d20, Adam.
Huh? 14.
14. And the sky The sky is lit and ablaze by burning rocks that start falling, crashing into the earth in explosive bursts near you. As you give me a D16, you have to roll me a dexterity save against a 16.
Oh.
18.
18, okay. The fire explodes near you, but they look like residue of the meteors coming down, some of them, maybe for the next rounds. Spax.
Then sandworms.
Do I notice?
Everything. Yeah.
Does Pax
Earthquake.
notice the correlation between the magic making and the supernatural
Since you
effects?
did it, yes, I'm gonna assume yes.
Yeah, just how far away is Adam?
She's...
Roll me D10.
The thing is, she's carrying me, so it would be half speed. Fly gives you 60, so 30
And
feet
five?
at least.
500, 550, sorry, 50 feet.
Okay. I get back into the more secluded crevice.
Okay, so Pax starts hiding inside the crevice now that the fire is done. You're safe there, you think. Shaq.
Would I ascertain that caravan has a chance of making it alive? Making it unharmed in the middle?
Give me an intelligence.
That's good. It's a 17.
So, definitely, if someone were to push it in the next 2 rounds out of the flames way, and maybe not so many people were in it because now it seems flooded with people.
Okay. So how far away am I from it?
Give me 2 D10s.
60.
Both of them?
No, it says a 0 and a 6. A 10 and a 6. No,
2 D10s. Just D10s.
10 and a 6.
10 and 6. It's 70 feet from what you're standing.
And there's people clinging onto
Yep.
it. Okay.
And it's 70 feet in a diagonal line because it was like in a serpentine move.
Okay. Just 1 second. I need to check the range on this. Oh, perfect. So, I will run 30 feet towards the caravan, and then for a second, I'm going to focus my intent on the mass of people that are clinging onto the caravan, and you see that some blood comes out of Shaq's eyes and nose, and I will cast Visceral Twilight. So basically, everyone in a 10 feet radius has to make a Constitution saving throw. And on a fail, they will take 8 damage, otherwise 4. As they start coughing off blood as well and
Okay, give me a
having
percentile die.
internal injuries. I make it's 22.
Okay. What's your DC check?
It's a 16 Constitution.
Okay. So I'm gonna say there were 20 people, 30 people now in the next round that they're coming closer and closer. And now there's 6 people left alive because the others started spitting blood and having bursts of explosion, either of light, if there were asimars, or I don't know, water intestines or stuff like this. But they started spewing blood or internal organs and just died there.
Excellent. So yeah, that's my turn. That's action.
But it's still filled with dead bodies.
So aren't there any that fell off?
Maybe some of them. Maybe I'm gonna say like 6 people are alive, tormenting themselves inside. 8 bodies are still left inside, and the others fell off.
It's fine. Some fell
Visual
off.
I have in my head of this. Like imagine being
It's a
this
massacre.
wagon.
It's a
And just
massacre.
everyone's
Like,
coughing up blood.
Yeah.
Oh.
Internal. It's
started coughing, and one of the remaining survivors says, "Luminos testing us. He's cursing us."
Yes, it's Lumano.
Is there any visibility to us of any of this having anything to do with Shaq?
Give me an intelligence roll.
Flat.
Yes.
Disadvantage exhausted. 17.
So you've seen this spell before, and it's something like the spell with the 17. This is what you gather. You don't necessarily see Shaq casting it, but it's something that is similar to Shaq's powers.
Note.
Cool. Adam.
Have me and the
Teleftos.
got to a somewhat safe area after she flew out of the danger and no more falling boulders on us, okay? I will...
But there's the meteor residue, like you see residue of meteors.
We went, I mean, she could have fly 30 feet away.
She flew 30 feet away, but surprisingly, the tails of the meteor are targeting you. Dexterity save.
Did I get to do a turn or did I get to use my action?
It's not your. You get to use your action, but you're also gonna roll a dexterity save.
Okay, let me roll the dex save first. Oh yes, it's a 17.
So with the 17, you also pass with the Teleftos sturdy movement. You also pass the residue of the meteors on this round. What's your action?
So once we're not behind the mountain anymore, even though we're now out in the scorching heat, I will tell Telefestos to put us down, and I will stop the concentration on the fly spell. Mm-hmm. No more magic. And you said that these are targeting me. Are they targeting me any longer after I stop concentration?
There's
on
one
the
more tail. Tail of a meteor. Like, you know, there's a big chunk and there's the like residue who falls off the sky.
Well, dropping concentration, it's free action. Mm-hmm. And seeing that, the last bit of the other meteor rock, I'll use my action to get ready to dodge out of the way. So action dodge.
Okay, cool. You're gonna have an advantage on the roll.
Yeah.
Next one is everyone else, like the people remaining in the caravan, seeing that the others died, the 6 ones, they're jumping outside, panicking, and pushing the bodies, and someone is yelling, "No one is coming for us! Run!" And they start running and dragging them. So there's a man there's the woman with 4 arms that you've seen earlier, and she's like crawling on all 4s and trying to drag her wounded body as the scorching sun that sets shoots its final rays, and most of the people combust like instantly because of the heat. It's getting so hot. And everybody will roll me a Constitution saving throw, apart from Pax that's not in the shade, that's in the shade. Like, because it's getting so fucking hot, and most of them just combust, and everything is a mash of fire.
Roll a 9.
You said Constitution save?
Yes.
28.
Okay, so you don't combust, but you take 5 points of fire damage.
9.
9. You also take like the heat inside, 3 points of fire damage. No, you take it fully, sorry. It's just a 7 points of fire damage.
Yeah, okay. No.
15.
Unconscious.
And as Adam just falls to the ground, he starts burning. As he's unconscious. Top of the round. Isari.
Okay. So all the people that I was trying to save.
Most of them are dead. There are just a few.
What about the water genasi person?
The water genasi dead is who was holding him? You.
Yeah.
We also have to roll for him for the Constitution. He rolled a 17. It's a 15 plus a 2.
Okay.
Good job, fire extinguisher.
He only takes 5 damage. He's down to 2 HP points. Just so you know.
Okay.
He's barely alive, just trying to use the water. This is what I'm gonna say. The water he has in his veins and his
Is the
presence.
ice case melted off?
Most of it, but it protected him and it helped. So he's trying to use all his resources from the water case, from his body to keep himself alive.
Okay, I'm gonna. The sun is gonna, like, the next round, I'm assuming. Would I know that? Am I
Yes.
gonna get hit by this light again in the next round?
So everybody, you know that at dusk is the sign of supreme followership. If you go at dusk, not in the shade, because it burns so hot that most people just combust alive. But to be safe, normal people would just sleep in that area or stay in shade.
I'm just thinking, I'm really tempted to just, like, shove him in the wagon with all the dead bodies and, like, push the wagon out so there's the fire. Is the fire still there?
The fires are extinguishing a little bit, but they're getting closer towards the wagon.
But you know what? If he dies, it makes everything so much easier. I know. And Adam's just gone down.
You see me running towards the wagon anyway, so...
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna dump this guy into the thing. I'm gonna...
So you dump the guy where?
In the wagon, like,
Okay.
in the wagon. And
So
then
on top of everyone, the dead bodies, he's falling. Oh, friend!
I'm gonna
No!
fly towards Adam. I've literally got nothing I can do. Can I do some sort of medicine check to stabilize him?
There's also a meteor coming by.
There's also a meteor coming by, yes.
Okay, fine. I'll pick one. I'm gonna use whatever I can. Just, I don't know, I'm not gonna be able to drag him very far either.
So you start dragging Adam.
I don't know, maybe depending on the
towards-
situation.
Towards the,
wouldn't just a push
towards
do
the
it, or,
caravan.
I don't know.
Any healing wakes him up.
That's true.
But, yeah, I used my stupid healing hands on the stupid Genasi guy.
So you take Adam and you try to drag him towards the wagon.
Or just somewhere, like, I see this meteor coming just out of the
reach.
way of where it might hit.
As you
Towards
take
the wagon might be
take
easiest.
Adam and you try to run with Adam, you see that meteor is targeting him. Exactly.
How big is this meteor?
It's a small residue rock. The initial one was fucking huge. Like,
Fine, fuck it. I'm flying towards the meteor.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
so you're flying now towards the meteor with Adam, and you're gonna.
No, without him. I'm going.
Okay, so
I'll
you
cross
drop
the
Adam
water.
and you're flying towards the meteor, and
meteor
we're
does
gonna
like
meet
this.
forces. You know what? Give me
This is how I die the
what?
second time.
I think you just need to punch a meteor. That's
I can though. I have abilities where I can literally
You
punch
can
the
give
shit
me
out of
either
this.
Constitution and either Wisdom as you try to flung your divine luminite energies towards the meteor.
Oh, which dice do I go? They've all betrayed me. I'm gonna go for this. No, I'll go for this one. Okay, either Constitution or Wisdom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for Wisdom. It's an 8.
So with an 8,
Not
you
wise
think
to
you
fight
get
bunch
it.
of
You
meteors.
have so much courage until you face the thing. It's so much bigger as you face it, and it crushes upon you. You give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay. No, Constitution. No, wait. I was thinking Strength. That's a 13.
2. You get 2 damage as it crushes your with your essence, and it flares up a little bit, but it's destroyed now and no longer targeting Adam. Pax.
Is Adam within 30 feet?
I'm gonna say, because last time
was
you
hoping
were
I
in
could use the
50
flame
feet and you were in between the wagons, so I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna go slap him awake with shadows coalescing to jolt him. His matter awake.
With what?
Lay hands,
With
nocturnal.
lay on hands. Okay, as you get pumped in.
20, which is it half to 10?
Yes.
Okay.
You wake up and you're both in the scorching ray. Then you're also in the sun. Constitution saving throw for that.
20.
20.
Not crit. 20.
20. You save. Let me just. Dusk flare up mechanic. Okay, dexterity, it's okay. And you take fire damage. Let's see, I rolled, the thing is that I rolled so poorly. I rolled a lot of 6s and it was 1, 2, 1. So this time you take only half of it, which is a 6 radiant damage. Pax!
Again?
Fire damage. No. You also have to give me a constitution save.
Yeah.
14.
And no more
Okay,
magic.
14. You don't pass it as you feel overwhelming hot. You feel that your skin, your blood is boiling as the sun is setting down, and you get a full-blown 11 fire damage. Shaq.
I'm sprinting towards the caravan and I want to push it out of the way of the fire.
Okay, as you sit in the direct sun, so you're not in the shadow, you push it out of the. Give me an athletics or an acrobatics.
Athletics for 15.
15. You move it out of the fire. The one that started at the tail, the initial wildfire, stopped. The other one didn't, but you push it out of it. And now you have to give me, as you push and you heat your body more and more, like this overwhelming heat just boils your soul and your stomach. You remember how it is to grow up in this forsaken land. Give me a constitution saving throw.
12, as I swear in Ionita, all kinds of...
Okay, you take a total of
I don't like the look on your face.
10 fire damage.
Which you're resistant to?
No, I'm not. It was a lie.
Fire damage.
He just wants a life.
That's me being wet with water that went away, right?
That went away.
Okay.
But you successfully push the wagon and you hear from inside, "Thank you, friend, thank you. Put your hand inside. Come to the shadow."
I just quickly
Okay.
slither inside.
Adam.
Okay,
You're awake.
I will head towards nearest shade I can find. And now there are no more falling rocks.
No more falling rocks, no more
Just
meteors.
the crevice.
No.
Just in the crevice and
You run.
tell,
You drag
last-
yourself towards the crevice,
tell last bear as well too.
and you wait in the shadows. And you tell what?
Last bear to follow.
Okay. She is hiding behind a rock, trying to sit with sweat dripping down her face, and she's trying like to crunch behind this rock, trying to find shelter from this horrid sun.
Yeah.
You don't really love Soulless. You love the sun so much, but in this moment you fucking hate it. Everyone else is almost dead.
I not love Soulless. I'm okay with that. But yeah.
So the water genasi, it's inside. The 6 other people that crawled outside exploded. The only ones that are alive are the orc, which is inside now. The bodies inside the wagon. The genasi and Teleftos, which is also last bear.
Yeah.
Top of the round, Isari.
I am gonna burn all my movement and everything to get to some sort of shelter.
Okay. You find the crevice, the one that last bear was hiding before. Pax.
Get in a crevice.
Okay, you get in the crevice.
Yep.
Shaq.
I just try to get an inventory and make sure that there's no one else from my group burning alive outside.
So everybody seems to give me a perception.
It's 21.
So okay, with the 21 you see Pax, Isari, Adam are inside of crevice. The girl who Adam was talking to, the Orad Genasi, is most of them are dead apart from the water Genasi, who looks like very strained, all like barely keeping alive, and the orc who is holding strong despite the fact that he's been walking 2 weeks in sun.
Seems like strong matter, right?
No.
Okay.
And a lot of bodies. Adam.
staying in the shade.
And we're out of initiative as you all wait the wildfire to set down and the sun to set. There are another 5 excruciating hours of this overwhelming heat, which you just stay put.
Actually, since I'm surrounded by dead bodies, I would like to loot them for water and valuables. And throw them outside one by one as I finish searching them.
Okay, give me a percentile die. First for the water
It's
continents of inside.
26.
So with the 26, you suck on them each.
I don't. No. I'm being watched. I do not consume them.
Okay, you don't consume them. You find a few bodies that aren't scorched totally, and have all the organs flushed and blood spilled outside. You find some free people with congealed blood, enough for maybe 3 liters of congealed blood.
I was searching them for water canisters.
Ah, okay, so not themselves.
But now that you mention it,
3 liters of congealed blood. And now for the water canisters and other possessions.
Yeah.
D20, D100, sorry.
8.
Okay, you find with an 8, no water, just burnt water pouches, and a burnt tent, half of a burnt tent, and a piece of cloth. This is what you find with an 8.
So no solid gems or
No.
stuff like that. Okay. Oh well, 3 liters of congealed blood.
Could I meditate and consider this a short rest?
Definitely.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
If you're elves and you want to sleep, or you could sleep for the next 8 hours until night comes.
While we're hunkered up in the crevice, at some point that Shaq isn't looting, I will gather everyone and discuss.
But this is why I'm asking. Do you spend the next 6 hours or 5 hours until the remaining hours of the dusk as the scorching sun is outside? Or...
Probably, but I would talk to them before we do.
Okay, so you yell over the desertic landscape. What do you say?
Diplomacy party huddle. It's not that I can smell corpses in every direction, and this was nightmarish. It's just that I'm extremely detached.
So imagine each of you are in crevices. Shaq is a bit over the landscape inside of a wagon, and you don't get outside to talk directly in the sun. So imagine you're screaming at each other.
We're yelling at each other. Okay.
What do you say?
Head count. Who's still alive? Call out your name.
I have a wagon and got some supplies.
I'm also alive.
Names.
Last bear.
Izari, still alive.
And Adam.
Then dear friend Lycos here, also alive. I'm put inside the wagon with the snake folk. And also, the slave turns towards you and he says with a almost very hoarse voice, Georgescu. You're also my name. It's my name.
Georgescu, the slave orc.
The rest silent. They were maybe 2,000 people in the whole wagon arraignment. No,
2,000? 2,000,
Yeah.
maybe 200 or...
200, sorry.
Yeah.
200. Math is different in another language. 200 people in all the wagons.
Mourn and rest, and after sundown, let's all gather and see what we do next.
What were the caravans pulled by? Camels?
You watch at the beginning, and they're an arraignment of carcasses.
So wait, they were all connected like a train,
Yeah,
and there
and
were
at the beginning there were something that was pulling them, but now they're no more.
Now we can have the orc pulled.
And in non-mechanical terms, I'll yell out for people to long rest, to get ready for a long hike.
Okay, so the night comes,
So long rest.
And you long rest. No, the dusk, the remaining 5 hours of dusk, and I'm gonna say the beginning of 3 hours of night comes, and you all long rest. You doze off and pass out because of your burn wounds, because of the heat, because of all this excitement. What do you do next?
Would there be any way I could start investigating or see the connection between magic use and this sort of hazards that happened?
Okay, give me an arcana.
Was this a known thing in the Redlands that if you cast magic, it bring doom upon you?
As you think about it, on your time, as you were a child, there was no magic.
That's true.
So no.
Would there be some sort of like, I don't know, funeral ritual or like death ritual that I could potentially do for the bodies? Like,
So if
is it cremation? Like I could maybe.
like everything gets
Like
cremated, but you also know that everything gets cremated naturally if you just leave them there. There's this whole ritual if someone ascends, like they usually make a tomb, a tombstone, or like a mark or a monument, but the others are unworthy, and no one ascended.
So I just like, so there wouldn't be like a prayer or anything I would do, or like in the few hours I'm supposed to be long resting, like, I don't know, scratch like a memorial marker. Would that be frowned upon, or would that be okay for me to do?
Like for you, for the Order of Heiichi and the Order of Steerers, it's considered noble to even also remember the ones who didn't ascend.
Okay, so in that time I'll be like grab a piece of rock and I'll be scratching into it, and then when everything, we can leave the shelter, I'll just like put it in the, like kind of bury it a little bit so it sticks up.
It's very beautiful.
Dirty
Points.
20 for dirty 20 for the Arcana check.
So you notice you've cast a little bit of magic and tugging to the energies of the hebdomades, to the strings that let you manipulate magic in general. Pax did some of it. And not in the moment or instantaneously, but then disasters happen one after another, and as you try to tug more of those energies, more things happened.
Was the chromatic
I-
bolt the first one?
The first one, triggered the boulders, and then probably the fly, which
Indeed.
the meteors.
Ice.
But this makes me think. So now that we're all rested, I can head to Pax, and we can.
Now that
meet,
you're all rested and the night is
yeah.
out. Speaking of the night, the Redlands become a different world at night. Still hot, but with a bite edge that makes it feel a bit easier to bear. The stars that you look above feel cold and distant, and the vast desert stretching before you is black, like the Black Sea. You see strange lights flickering at the horizon from now and there. You think maybe will-o-wisps or something far worse. And you also start hearing howls like in the distance, like sort of a wild animal. You don't know what's that.
Hyenas? Could I tell them that
Yes,
it's type of
definitely.
gnolls or...
Yeah, definitely hyena folk or hyenas.
Yeah, I tell them about marauding creatures that are scavengers, evil spirits that are will-o-wisps.
Hyena folk, so folk.
And in a second, but just a blink of a second, you see another light figure passing from westward towards where Ramidava is, eastward where Greenspring is.
Would I know what that is?
Nature.
ICP.
14?
14. It's something like you, like in this type if it's glowing or not, but you don't have this greater speed.
It's going to Greenspring. I will let you guys know what I just saw. I think it might have been another Deva going towards Greenspring. Is there anything of importance there at the moment?
Is there anything important in
Ramidava.
Ramidava?
No, it's going from Ramidava to
Yeah,
Greenspan.
but he's
he's
asking
replying.
ironically, like,
Oh, yeah.
Just that extent of important things. Everything.
Oh, yeah, Greenspan was like the capital, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah, no.
Do you have any way of... if we use magic, we might...
Yeah, no.
Now that it's night, you can gather in one place. It's the 7 of you. 4 adventurers, Pax, Shaq, Adam, Isari, and then we have the orc, Lycos, the water genasi, Chromosicus, the dusk orc, former slave, and Telephestos, the earth genasi.
I fully understood the notion of staying still for the night, with the caravan being this big thing that needs to... When we're a small group, we're compact, I think we should use the night to advance.
At least to find another place to shelter. If we get caught out in the open,
I think Ramidava might be it. What is it? 12 hours out or...
Another 12 hours moving slowly as the caravan.
You will
did.
have to travel 6 of those hours without me. I have to do something.
You also feel the calling of
Yeah,
the
that's
skies.
what I'm like. I will have to leave you for a few hours. But you'll be fine.
And you'll be
survived
able
this.
to find us.
I should be able to, yes.
During your 6 hours of being elsewhere, someplace high, might you not be able to inquire about the other high beings' travel?
I will...
See if you
Will
can.
I be able to?
You could try, but you know that generally, like, your spirit connects with them, but the sort of notions and memories are a bit fuzzy and hard to explain. What?
I'll do what I can.
please do take care of yourself.
Well, this is part of it. You too.
Thank you.
You've been a great help today. I'm just gonna like fly up,
It's a pleasure working with you.
and I'm just gonna like fly up.
No,
into
she meant now. She meant now, okay.
And she disappears into the night sky.
At some point was now.
What do you guys
You're
do?
like, you got this.
Okay, we should gather all things ahead.
Yeah, what's
Always.
left?
I also share with you 1 can of water each. Unless you prefer blood.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I hand you this container that's leaking with.
Either works really, but let's thank you, and let's everybody get in your marching mind space and let us advance.
You push through the night. It's almost as the night gets closer and closer toward midnight, and then dawn again. It gets colder and colder, but it feels a bit like summer cold, not necessarily like winter. It's not something so intense. And you still see from now and then faintly glows at the horizon. You still hear the howls in the distance, and you walk and walk, and at a point you see 4 figures just sort of flamey in the distance, coming closer and closer. You see a pack of fire genasi with flaming hair and dark ashen skin and gleaming fire eyes that pierce through the darkness, getting closer, dressed in this oriental robes with puffy pants, and they get closer towards you 6 now.
Are they hostile?
They seem to go a bit, they seem to like hasten their pace and come more directly towards you.
Are they holding weapons?
Some of them, they're holding scimitars.
Drawn out? Or?
Holding them at their side. Give me an insight.
Can I look as well?
Yes,
Probably
everyone.
all of us.
Everyone, give me an insight. And whoever doesn't have night vision, give me with the disadvantage.
They're glowing though. It's fine. 15.
15. With the 15, you also, like, this is for insight. You see that they're a bit aggressive and hostile in the sense that they also don't know what your intentions are. You see, because it's a mixture of fear with a bit of a dominance, so it's that sort of animalistic behavior that a wild creature might encounter in the forest or desert. Behind them, they're also carrying like a wagon with different trinkets.
So it's a small wagon that they're pulling.
What do you guys do?
Hail, friends of the desert! In Orcish.
They respond in Orcish. Harudu Zarala means good night, evening, folks. It's a broken Orcish, and from that interaction you understand that they don't know Orcish very well.
Perhaps common.
Perhaps common is better, friends.
Where are you heading to?
They've stopped for us? Oh, no.
We're heading to sell our goods to Dava, Ramaistos.
Perhaps we can make an exchange. What do you have to sell?
Nothing of importance. And you glance at their caravan. It's filled with trinkets and oils, and mostly lamps that fill oils.
I look left and right at Pax and Adam.
Especially like to the natives, to how Komosicus and the two Genasi are reacting.
You see that especially the water genasi is out of its element. He starts flinching and moving very fast, like in an anxious manner. When it comes to anything, not necessarily the fire genasi, but the lights, the howls, the air, the sudden move. It feels like he's been privileged from birth and he's out of his element. The other Teleftos or Last Bear, she's very excited with the stars, and she keeps chatting. She doesn't mind the fact that she's in the desert. She keeps chatting regardless with the stars with Hebdom, and sort of happily that someone understands her. And it feels like she doesn't even acknowledge the fact that she's been in peril. And the orc is sort of submitted and drags along and keeps asking you where the Ascended is, because he has a mission to fulfill.
She's in disguise and will return for you and evaluate how you've been doing when she's back. So, tell me about these here. Are they of any use to us? Are we of any use to them?
He makes a sign towards you to get closer, and he whispers like a filth stench coming from his mouth from dehydration, from lack of food. It's sort of infusing your nostrils as he whispers, I wouldn't advise so. Fire genasi carries spirits. Bad spirits. And oil.
Yeah, I just let other people interact how they want.
I would only ask them how much further from here to Ramidava, if they are coming from there.
So it's almost dusk. You almost traveled 6 hours, so it's another 6 hours.
Okay.
Maybe 7.
I want to use Vita's Cry and look at them and see if they have elevated heart rates, as if they're standing by for something to happen.
You use Vita's Cry and you give me a medicine check.
I have a 1d4 added to that. Okay, so it's a 30-20.
So one of the Genasi, the one who looks a bit younger, has elevated the heartbeat and it feels anxious. The other two are steady fast, almost controlled, and one is pumping with adrenaline that almost wishes something to happen. And with Vita's Cry, you also can't catch something else. In one of the lamps, there's a sign of life.
Like anatomical life. Okay.
Sort of. It's weird. It's the same essence that you, when you Vita Sky inside to see the Genasi, the fire Genasi inside, you feel the same essence, but not quite.
We wish you a warm road ahead, friends of the night.
Persuasion.
Okay.
As you are persuading them to like leave without any direction.
Okay, it's an 11.
Okay. The one that's anxious and the two casual studied ones bid farewell. They sort of travel and sort of pull the wagon with the oils and the lamps just fluttering in the wind. The one whose heartbeat was elevated because of adrenaline lingers a bit backwards. So, what is your missions, friend, in this land? What are you searching for? Do you carry anything of great importance?
We wish to have had something of great importance. Alas, we are on a diplomatic mission.
We carry the most important thing, my friend, the hope for peace.
Persuasion.
16.
So you're from the Greenland with the cursed magic.
Resting calmly within.
Don't you dare use it here.
Oh, we know now.
No, I'm useless.
He starts moving in front of the others. So you see the backups of the Genasis with them dragging the caravan with the lamps just tugging in the wind. Do you do something else?
Keep an eye on them as we're walking away so that we're sure that...
So the four Genasi and the lamp with the content inside are disappearing out of you.
I think they were carrying a different Genasi trapped. I wouldn't want to be that poor fella.
I see. I think you're just curious. I don't think you have any noble intent in what you're saying. But seeing as we just saw a couple of hundred people burned to death, yeah, that poor soul, yeah.
I did not express any noble intent. I merely made an observation that might help us be more informed of what we're encountering. I do not believe they had noble intentions, by the way. Looked like slavers.
Enslaving
One of their own.
he was being punished. That's popular here. Hey, como chicos, no?
Oh, of course, these savages will use any excuse to exert power upon others.
Maybe that's not the language we like to use. We keep going.
But yet, how do you feel Pax being a lawful king in a more lawless kingdom such as this?
Not well, but I also have to adapt to the local standards and can't stop for every injustice culturally happening here by my sons.
No, I totally understand that. It's just that...
If peace is set, on the way back, we can heroic it up to help the needy on our way back when there isn't a time factor.
Yes. Indeed.
Because if this leads to a firefight, losing two of this party might be critical. So let's go.
Let's go.
Peace comes first.
So as
I will want to do something else to go towards... Actually, no. First speak with Last Bear. Okay, we're a bit more in the back so that the others can't hear us. And ask her if she knows anything regarding why magic, like what they consider the human magic, is...
it's just magic, not the human magic. We also have humans who don't use filthy magic. sort of do this. This seems like a tick. Like every time you say magic, you have to spit.
You have any insight on where this grudge or dissatisfaction with magic comes from?
Yes, definitely. Everybody knows it.
Like we've heard that the kingdom believes that our magic is responsible for all the tragedies in here. And to be honest, after what happened a bit of time ago, during the heat, during the dusk, I can see why. Yet, I'm curious to know why this occurs.
And it's not just what you witnessed, it's also not related to anything, but it's because of your magic. More than 400 years ago, some stupid humans went to take and release the bounds of the 6 stars, also the sun and then the moon, and made them into gods. And that is heretic and wrong. And upset the universe.
So, once again, it's we are suffering the consequences, in part, of course, of humans, but also
the stupid humans who thought that releasing and having more powers is stupid.
Yes.
But also, this has to do with the astrals, the 7 astrals.
Of course, the sun, as you've seen, is out of out of Lumino, our God's bounds. It's rebelling. It's not listening. It's not serving its meaning and its people. It's now just a punishment tool.
So, how I interpret it is that the astrals wish to keep, let's say, the powers and the thing they rule over only for the Green Kingdom. They don't spread it to your place, because there is the astral of Solis who has the theme. What's the word?
You understand this? It's a guy, right?
It's a girl.
No, it's okay.
Good.
That's why he likes her.
Oh, you're not talking to the fire blast, you're talking to Lasper?
Yeah, and also we were.
I'm not in your conversation.
Yeah, we were a bit back further.
Yeah. I thought you were talking to someone.
And domain, I was looking for the word. Solis, his domain is that of the sun, arts, knowledge, and everything else. But I see that the scorching sun punishment, you believe it's because Solis is not expanding his domain and influence to the Red Kingdoms.
Why would you need Solis when you have our God? Solis is but a tool.
I'm well aware, in a way, of that, as I'm not on the best terms with the astrals myself.
Well, then why do you serve them? The astrals are rebellious children who didn't listen to their makers. And now they're lesser and used as punishment. And soon we will get revenge. This is why we need to... This is a popular belief in our country. We need to go over the Green Kingdom and relinquish this cursed religion. I'm sorry if you believe in this, but it's harming our people.
It's just... And I apologize. I apologize if what I'm about to say might change your perception of me. Yet, one of those foolish people you said went a long time ago to retrieve the Book of VIM. One of them was Hebdom.
No, it wasn't Hebdom. Hebdom couldn't be. Hebdom is the first human who has become ascended.
And indeed, this is what has been bogging my mind, is that why? What happened? He he must have found out the real truth of what's
I'm
happening.
telling you
out
the
there.
real truth. Those are false gods. They're stupid gods who take advantage of you and who scorch our land. What more proof do you need?
I understand this from your point of view. Of course, back in Green Kingdom, they are seen as the saviors and everything. Yet, I believe there's more to this story. That's what I believe. It's not always just black and white.
Then ask your grandfather. Or grandfather, or what is he to you? Ask him.
I would, if I would find the means to do it. Yet, to be honest, I am quite close to finding the way.
She puts a hand on your shoulder and she says, if you're willing to risk everything, you can commune with him right now. He's over the sky. And you see the star of Hebdom just shining bright. Next to Ursa Minor. You could try to do it, but you have to be willing to risk your life.
Adam, at that point, after she says that, of course, his heartbeat gets elevated. He, like, being now confronted with the idea of what he was searching for so long to do, now being the option presented in front of him, he actually feels scared. But
Scare is normal. Scare will release this body and make you ascend.
I'm willing to do this. I want, though, to know, will you be there with me?
This means I should also do the ritual and... I could
More to say, will you be there for me?
Of course. I will bury your body if you die, and if you ascend, I will rejoice.
Okay.
Or what do you mean in a different
no,
way?
it's okay. It's okay.
I will also hold your hand as you pray.
Yes, that would help. Yeah. All right. Well, the thing is, now I really don't think we need to have further delays. But look, once we get to Ramidava, let's do this tomorrow night.
Okay. Let's do this tomorrow night.
So, as I said, I have this astral deck, which... yeah, no, wait.
Meanwhile, Isari, as you travel through time and space and get lost in the beauty that is the night sky and the other celestial bodies, you turn and your intention when you started flying and your thought was to...
I want to try and figure out what this other Deva is doing going towards Greenspring.
So you start talking with different constellations and stars that you know are different celestial bodies that vary from lower devas to high devas to stolars even. You go and ask the star Sirius, and you go and ask the constellation of Ramidava. There's also the oldest constellation known. You have these interactions. No one knows of the other celestial body. No one gives it any importance. For there is a greater evil. Like every single body that you interconnect with, they're scared of what's on Earth, what is in the world, in the physical world. Most of the devas, they used to come back, and even solars from time to time. But now they're scared. Then they don't look even back to Earth for one more time because they fear of death and peril and nothingness.
What are they scared of? What do they think is on?
It's they're hesitant and fearful and they feel the world as being mortal and something they don't want to do with because it's mortal, and it's a presence that looms over it that makes them powerful beings that have ascended and are immortal in spirit. Fear for it. Like something is there, especially in the Redlands, that puts them in danger.
Can they narrow down the location? Like, is it in the center of the Redlands or all of the Redlands?
As you try to commune with them, give me a wisdom save.
17.
So there's energies from Sirius. Sirius is a more evolved celestial form than you. It's a solar, and it doesn't have edges. It doesn't have a shape. It doesn't have nothing but a presence of energy and light. And as you receive its light through your body, you sort of have this vision for 1 second, and you see something behind Ramidava. It's like a shadow behind Ramidava that's spreading.
Okay,
How much was your roll? Wisdom?
17. And when did it start?
It's you sort of feel a whisper like it's a location, but you can't really discern from the whisper. It ends with something Uza.
Would I be able to identify the language that was spoken in?
It's High Celestial.
Yeah.
Also, you have to keep in mind that this feels sort of distant and dreamlike,
Yeah.
like you're surrounded and bathed in light. And you gather the fact that it's near Ramidava and it's something with Uza. It's one of the citadels. Uza is like a suffix for citadels in the ancient Orcish language.
Okay. And Willis, I'm gonna also ask, is there anything in Green Spring that is of interest to them?
To them, which them? To Sirius?
Like, yeah, to any of them that might get the attention of Amidava.
There's one star that pulsates, and you get closer to it. You don't know its name. You can ask.
Yeah.
Give me a wisdom save.
21.
You feel fading into nothingness in this bathe of light and dreamlike haze, but you gather that his name is Hebdom. And there's something in Green Spring and not. It's called Adam. And he needs to be protected.
Okay. I thank all the Celestials for their time and for their knowledge. And then when it is time, I will return to the others.
Light is creeping as dawn is coming back. You've been walking all night. Adam and Telefestos keep talking and is that constellation this and that star that and all of the stars and constellations, they keep moving and they're starting like comparing charts and patterns for decades ago and seeing what they mean or not. It's annoying.
It was just me and my father doing this when I was little. Now I have somebody else to do it with.
And she says the same before he died in a wildfire. And manifesting, dropping from the sky, is a glowing form that makes you on edge. But it's Isari. As you regard her with friendship and kindness, love.
You survived?
We have.
Yes.
I couldn't really get anything about what's so important about Green Spring. At least the only thing that is important about Green Spring is here, so I guess we're safe? It's
Did
safe?
you find out who went?
It's difficult talking to the Celestials. They don't really care, but they're really scared or something. But we'll I don't know, they're just scared of this presence, something coming from Ramidava, like... Well, we can have a look when we get there.
Right.
I can have another night to commune with them, see if I can get them to be more specific. But I assume whatever went to Greenspring is looking for the thing that's important in Greenspring, so...
So, Isari, we talk while advancing. How do you suppose we end up petitioning the king, ending up to talk to him?
Would I know if the king would grant me an audience as...
He doesn't know you're coming.
But if I was to turn up, like...
Usually they welcome the Order of Steers, even though the connections are not with the other capital, with Avasi.
Yeah.
And Avasi, sorry, it's not the strongest connection. But you are sort of a neutral party and welcomed in theory.
So if I was to go and be like, we would like to speak to the king, would I feel positive about the fact that
you're
probably
positive
would?
that you're gonna wing it to make it happen.
I think my
Especially with your new celestial form.
Yeah.
I think between
Plus 10 persuasion.
my order and this, we should be able to get an audience. Then it will be up to you to do the talking.
Excellent.
What is the plan here? What are you trying to achieve?
There's lots of avenues, but it's an open exploration of what will it take to make peace, which might take us down very different conversational avenues. Depends.
I still suggest to ask them if they wish us to investigate the happenings behind all of this. Find the source of what triggers this magic. Which, after some of the conversation I had with Telefestos, it circles back around to the astrals and their doings.
Elaborate.
And basically, once magic came into the world, it seems that it affected the lands.
Yeah, the Redlands have been seeing disasters intensify recently, right?
I mean, it's always been harsh, but yeah, I would say in the last few years it's been getting worse.
Last few years.
Okay, then in this case...
Greenspring hasn't done anything special in the last few years.
okay, fair.
And disaster has struck us these last few months as well. Unexplainable and external. There might be connection there, or it might be coincidence. Well, coincidence. We're talking years. But we do have to explore all that. But we have to give them a thesis. What we think is going on. And the thesis we want to check, because if we just say, hey, let us dig around your sovereign nations, mystical fields, we just like to check it out. When we're their heavily prime suspect for the cause of all this, that won't go down well. We need to be there with the thesis.
At this point, tell you like everything I can remember about what I was told about the shadow and everything was discussed, except the fact that Adam needs to be protected. For now.
So we do have a suspect, a perpetrator, this shadow.
If they said it's like a presence or shadow,
It's a shadowy presence.
and it's coming from, I think, a citadel. But I wouldn't. Where's the what's his name? Chromochikos.
Chromochicus.
Chromochikos.
Chromochicus.
What? How many citadels are there in Ramidava?
Chromochicus, sorry. To see.
How many citadels are there in Ramidava? Is there a citadel there?
He says a lot of citadels near Ramidava.
Do any of you know this one in
Gertuza,
particular?
Vertuza, Sarmise, Getuza, Aledura, Zuza.
As he goes through them, do any of them ring a bell? Like, do I recognize it from as he goes through?
All of them, because they sort of have the same suffix
Yeah.
that you've been able to translate.
Okay, so that doesn't narrow down. It comes from a citadel, but there seems like there's a lot of citadels.
Would any of the other folks traveling with us know of this place, Chromoschis?
It's the
That's his name.
Chromochicus is his
Chromochicus.
name. The slave name. It's his
Oh,
name.
his name.
Come on.
Oh,
It's an
sorry.
It's
Okay,
an old Orcish name.
Okay.
Does this belief that Green Spring is to be attacked stem from the king itself or the people? If he were to,
They seem to think that Green Spring is responsible for the strange things that have been happening recently.
so a possible successor to the king would think similarly. If we were to get rid of him.
Potentially.
Whatever you do,
No.
Shaq.
I am merely exploring options.
You're exploring options with witnesses. The
wrong
one
options.
thing, and second,
Wait, aren't there just the four of us talking about this?
There are also the
3 other people walking with us.
but second of all, we're not here to coup anyone. But what is the leading hypothesis? Is it that the Astrals of Green Spring are doing this, or that Lumeno, upset about the Astrals, is punishing the Redlands?
They have been upset about the Astrals since they've been released into the world.
When I left for Green Spring, it was that there was just magic. The magic came from Green Spring and it's affecting the Redlands.
it's not necessarily it's the belief, like the fundamental belief that magic in general, because Green Spring has magic and because it's cursed, it's affecting the Redlands.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they don't necessarily blame the Astrals, it's just the fact they have magic. And magic is
Some of
causing
them,
this.
like, it's a variation of theory. Some of them
Yeah.
blame the Astrals, some of them blame the magic, some of them blame the humans, and because of humans are traitors, because this is the reason why the humans that reside in the Redland get extra or less appendages. It's sort of a mixture between all of this, and some irrational theories as well. It's because the color is green and this one is red, like a lot of, but it mainly points towards the humans, Green Kingdom, and Hebdomadic religion.
Not to get too theological, but I would still try and discuss and figure out, is the source of the curse understood to be Lumeno, or intrinsically the magic of the Hebdomades? Is Lumeno cursing because they're doing magic?
As
or
you
is
ask this, you get 3 different answers. The orc says that it's Lumeno trying to punish the worthy people because of the filthy magic. Telefestos. It's the last bear. It's translated last bear in Greek. I'm sorry. And so last bear thinks is the other way around. Is the Hebdomades punishing the Redlands because of attacking, because of the magic, and the Water Genasi says that the Redlands are cursed as long as the green exists. So the idea is to conquer them and sort of win this argument forever.
Conquer them. Well, speaking of which, just putting out here the most obvious solution, how does the army of Green Spring compare to the forces?
we're not.
No.
If your solution for this peacekeeping mission is to go to war. I don't think.
I'm not providing solutions for the peacekeeping missions. I'm speaking of contingency plans.
That will be
Since, as you see, we are dealing with fanatics. As I mentioned in the beginning of our journey.
The army is on alert. They are ready to defend if they need to. But hopefully we'll prevent that from happening.
That's the hope.
The marriage.
5 other solutions.
So you walk and talk for 5 or 6 hours. It's almost midday. The 5 hours of dawn have passed, and it's almost midday. And you see approaching the gates of Vramitava. Is the first thing that strikes you is the overwhelming heat and radiations from this sun-scorched stone walls. That is, in essence, Ramidava. It's a city that stands defiant against this harsh landscape, and its high walls are constructed of red sandstones that shimmer and reflect the mid-sun, and it looks like a fortress of flame. The entrance is rather large. It has unadorned wooden doors, splintered and warped from years of neglect. Some creaks you see just traversing the doors as they creak open, and it's a gust of hot stale air that hits you and your nostrils, and with that also comes the scent of the city that's pungent, that's sweet. It has spices but also heavy burn. It's acrid. It's a mixture of stuff. You step inside and the gates close down. There are orcs automatically opening the gate, and they don't ask you anything as they bow down, and they just said in perfect Lankaman, Ascendi. Inside the streets, you see them alive with activity, apart from what stands outside. And the structure of Ramidava is sort of round at the rooftop, so it provides a bit of shade apart from the middle area. The architecture that you see is rather practical. The buildings are carved from stone and painted in different vibrant colors that are sort of dulled because of relentless sun. You see banners with luminous sign that are tattered. Inside you see narrow streets that meander and structure that sort of lean precariously because you feel they sort of also want to escape the relentless sun. And you see a lot of shadow flickering between gaps and buildings, and most of the merchant line under these shadows and sort of trying to sell their goods that different in quality, from spoiled to okay, from dried meats to vegetables to overripe fruits that no one else would want. What do you do?
I am gonna ask our companions, the ones we found from the caravan, because we don't know, to like lead us to the palace. Like, do we want to go to the palace first,
Well,
or do we want to find somewhere to refresh?
I think time is important. I don't think we can afford to skip a night, especially not knowing if we're gonna get in to see the king instantly.
Pax.
Yeah.
May we have a word
Separately. Step into a.
So you go on a secluded area
Shaded
that's
alleyway.
shaded, yeah.
I would suggest we postpone the meeting till tomorrow, as this night I shall be undergoing a ritual in hopes of communing with Hemnum.
You'll be what in the what?
Indeed, you've heard me right. This Ganassi woman, she's a special one.
You don't.
You see, actually, when talking about her, that
magic.
Adam gets a bit flustered. But
She reminded you of your father.
what?
Like, as you were talking about constellations.
Yeah, so the thing is, I would undergo a certain ritual tonight with her, which would, in a sense, let's call it astral project myself to have a chat with Havdam himself, which might grant us more insight. I will ask for more insight on what the astrals are doing and what's the deal with them and Lumino, and which might in turn help us creating the thesis you're speaking of.
Here's my worry. Adam Hebdom performing magic to go talk to Astral Hebdom is the most hebdomatic thing I can think of. And you've seen what day-to-day hebdomatic magic causes.
That is a fair point.
Make sure with her that this is utterly safe for the city, because if it looks like we're here causing disasters, then it doesn't matter what evidence we bring. You will have proven the point against us.
I totally understand that, and yet we are here on, let's say, your mission, so it is your call if you wish me to do this or not.
And you're the magic expert. Talk to her and understand the ritual. I imagine it's only safe if it contains 0 hebdomatic magic somehow.
Indeed.
And if with 0 hebdomatic magic, Adam Hebdom can go talk to Astral Hebdom, then,
I
I
understand.
that makes sense, but yeah.
I'll have to look into that, though. A theory I have at the moment is that this had to do possibly more with the Luminite magic, if anything.
If it's basically a Luminite method, then...
But I will make sure precautions are taken and everything is made sure, as you know fair well, that I calculate all of that.
What help do you need?
If there will be any, I will let you know, but for now, it's all good.
Okay.
So do you walk towards the the palace?
No, we go back to this group after the conversation and talk to everyone. Change of plans. Alteration of plans. I think you and I should go try to ensure an audience for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Like, let's go through the steps, request an audience for tomorrow. It'll seem less brusque that way. And everybody else get on investigation duty. I think Adam has some plans with Lastberg to do some readings of the magic, and Shak and Komosikus can get the word on the street, that sort of thing. Komosikus can show you. Don't upset the locals, please.
Why would you assume?
Give me an intelligence with this plan with someone.
Just be his muscle. Flat 10.
Yeah, he's a former slave who lived here.
Wanted by the king, personally punished by the king. Oh, he would be just as an outcast as I. We would just blend in fine.
I'm assuming you'll be talking on back streets and to
Yes.
discreet people and to that sort of thing. I look
Take good
Komosikus.
care of him and I pinch his.
Like, I'm talking all of this with the group. So.
Komosikus sort of hiss in your face. I cannot be seen in this city as a free man. You better take me to your king, to my king.
Can I roll insight? 21.
So there's a fear trembling inside as he tells you this, and he begs you even to take him to the king, to Zamolxe, for he will be caught in the city and made to do whatever he doesn't want to do. That is, do the ritual.
I think possibly we could, if we take him with us, we can appeal to the king to allow him to be in
That's
our...
tomorrow. I meant tonight.
I think if he can stick with us, that could be quite good, I think. I just don't want him to get into trouble or get us into trouble.
He's our only local. He would know what's up. But he can just stick with us, but he won't be doing anything useful.
As you look around, there's a few people, especially humans, deformed humans with different appendages. Like you see someone with 7 legs, also down their spine, just coming, and sort of they're people in different states of degree gathering to see the ascended.
We should get going.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
We let Adam and Lasbeth go prepare the ritual.
We will spend until nightfall to discuss about this and further. And
Wait, we're at dawn. Just saying.
yeah, I know.
So now it's gonna be midday.
midday.
That's the next.
So as you start discussing this around midday, she tells you the preparation for the ritual. You need to be on a secluded hill, not inside the city, because maybe there's be cause for burning. Maybe done at night, where you need some space to come in and see the stars.
Yes. The thing is, because for example, I've explained to her sort of how my astral deck works, as in it draws divination power, sort of seeing through the eyes of the constellations and slightly altering fate. If it's related to the same sort of sphere of magic, or
She says...
or if it's like luminite magic.
She says definitely no, it's not luminite magic. It's a long conversation that maybe lasts 4 hours as you
Of course.
probably, I don't know, take a room or something.
Before they disappear, I will pull her aside. And I'm like, he has to survive. If it looks like he's going to die, you pull him out of the ritual.
I could try to do that, yes.
Do what you can, otherwise I will not be very happy with you.
That's putting it mildly.
I'm confident he will succeed, and you don't scare me.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Am I aware of any danger to Adam? Because Adam said nothing about it.
No.
Insane.
You don't know the survivor rate. He didn't even touch that. So you discuss about the arrangement, as she says that what you explained is nothing like luminite magic, and she gathers some stuff like oils and incense and charcoals from the markets, the overcrowded markets, and
I
even
would
some
be sort of familiar with some of these.
some
I guess,
fruits
like,
and candles, and you're making way as midday is coming towards the exit of the citadel to go on a hill or something to prepare, to wait in the shadows until it's nightfall, and until then you I think 6 with the. No, you 5 with the orc and the water genasi, who asked for permission to leave.
Do we want to let him go? We've got no use.
Friend, listen here. I am your prisoner or prisoner or not.
A deal was a deal. We got you here safely and alive.
It wasn't a pleasant experience, and he leaves. And as you are stuck in the market trying to figure out what you do with the former slave work, now maybe the slave work, the Golden Guard finds you. And they sort of unfurl the scroll and say, Zari from the Order of Steerers, you are wanted at the Palace of Ramidava now.
An invitation of sorts.
Please, I don't know the way, so if you could lead the way.
You go? Do you guys follow her?
Yeah.
Okay. So from the market square, you go on a path that seems a bit cleaner with pillars made of gold that lead to the palace of Ramidava. It's a structure that stands out most because it's really not that beautiful but more oppressive, and it's bigger and has this like it looks like a fortified shelter, and you go inside flanked by the Golden Guard that opens this massive doors with all these luminite inscriptions and symbolistics, and you walk inside, and it's a rather echoing chamber that filled with scents of incense and different sounds of muffling voices. You see advisors of different races, but most of them are orcs dressed in like this formal uniform with the symbols of Ramidava around the palace. There's echoes as you step inside this palace. You notice that the floor beneath your feet is cold and made of smooth, polished stones. It radiates coolness as you step, and further you pass several side chambers with advisors and different tapestry and documentation. Everybody falls silent, not even like a whisper. And after rooms and rooms, you finally arrive at the entrance of the throne room, and then you have heavily wooden doors with symbolistic of Lumino carved inscriptions, and they open, and you see inside the throne room a golden bridge standing above a spring of water that seems to be flowing under the floors. And on top you see this massive burnt seat where lies the ugliest and the biggest orc you ever seen, and his presence is commanding and has unsettling shadows crossing his face as he gazes upon you. And he says, "Please, adventurers, take a seat as a Sandy over here, and Prince Bax of Greenspring, tell us why you came."
You said formal wear. Are they... is that desert wear, or is there a different city style?
It's a different city style, not necessarily a desert wear, but more adorned armor and sort of cloaks shimmering of gold and luminite symbols of candles and different sources of light crocheted inside.
I will start with sort of like the formal greeting or the formal bow, or whatever would be most appropriate.
I bow to you, Ascendi, as you are a gift from Lumino. But I do not understand why you bring the prince here.
King Evander Green is honored to meet you, Your Majesty.
King Evander Baxgreen, why are you here?
To save lives, Your Majesty. Your people's and mine.
It seemed that only the only lives you save is your people, not my people.
I'm confident we may speak and find how we can rescue as much of yours as of mine. There is a great many things we should discuss. The room's full of advisors, right?
Yes.
Which by your choice we might wish to speak privately of.
I am a man of very few words. I am a man who likes to settle things very fast. And my advisors are welcome to stay here because I am an open king.
Be that as it may, we have travelled far, and we would be grateful if you could give us the evening to rest, and then we can discuss freshly tomorrow morning.
Of course. But before you go to rest, I have a question. is this yours? And inside, the door opens with a cage, just being carried inside. And inside the cage, we're gonna find out next episode. Thank you very much for sitting with us. Thank you everyone for watching VIM episode 26, The Tale of Immortality with the Redlands. We hope you enjoy it. You're a very special person if you reach this far. And please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. I know every video tells you to do this, but for us it's crucial. We need to know if you're watching and what you like and don't like. And we need to get pumped up. Share this with your friends on YouTube, on other social media.
And your parents.
And your parents and everyone. So we have things to discuss. What's the deal with Pax? What's the deal with Adam? What's inside the cage?
What the hell is inside the cage?
What the hell is inside the cage? Thank you for sitting with us. Thank you guys a lot. We have a saying at the end. Good day, good night.
Don't let the vampires bite.
Blah.
Oh.